Yeah, Rogue have definitely had their struggles throughout the
What's up,
season.
chat?
I think that Aqua,
How's everyone
he
doing?
looked like he was going to be the star of the team at first, but then
Turn that down for a
Aqua's
sec.
taking a bit
Continuing with
down
streaming
there.
every day.
Consistency there. I actually feel like
A little lazy
Toroco
stream
has
today
stepped
though,
up and
which I'm
started
pretty
to be
excited
more
about.
consistent
I think
in
it'll be
the spring
fun.
split specifically.
And I also haven't gotten to
Can that
watch a
help, though?
live
I
RLCS
don't know.
event
Hoxer
in
being
like
a massive pickup for Ghost.
since maybe Winter Major. I don't think I have it all in spring.
Yeah, I mean,
It's been
just
busy on
on
weekends,
qualifier,
so
dropping 3-1 to
this is a
Ghost.
big day for NA though. I'm especially excited for Energy Phase, assuming that happens.
More annoying
But
player for any team to have to run into at any point. I think Ghost has really benefited from that. And yeah, it's that consistency you guys both pointed out here from Rogue. They'll have moments of, wow, this team is a top 4. We need to think about this team. We need to start talking about this team. Where do they fit in the power rankings? And then the next split, we're like, where'd they go? What happened to them? Where are they? So
Rogue?
Yeah.
Rogue?
Well, chat. I want to get you.
also, they were saying just a second ago that apparently Turbo is in place
or hashtag GG in the chat.
of Illusion this week. Is that right? Did I hear them right? That was like right before I started stream.
Down in that lower bracket, but of course you want to stay up here as long as possible. Who's it going to be? Analysts, we got to get your thoughts. I'm going to get mine on the board actually first. I always make you guys go first. I'm going to go first on this one because I just mentioned the record. I even looked back past that before Hoxer, and it's just the org has trouble, taking over Ghost. But with the recent record, with Hoxer on it, Ghost taking this, I think that's going to be consistent. Obviously, we have a great team in Rogue. I just need to see them change that record before I can start thinking they'll take this. So I have to go with Ghost against Rogue on this matchup.
I feel like I have to agree with Leap there.
Or Drew.
Yeah. Wait, fun.
But
how
I was going to go with Ghost as well on this one.
Also, why is
better than to doubt Hoxer this split? We'll see if he's able to keep it up here. Now,
why is Waypunk's like webcam so much grainier?
Playing pretty well though.
Interesting. Yes,
yeah,
but
this is hard for me to pick. I mean, this is number 8 versus number 9 in the spring major standings right now. I think Ghost stand a better chance of qualifying for the major than Rogue do. But if Ghost lose here, that would be a pretty big detriment to their cause to make the major. I still got to go Ghost here. I don't think Rogue. I got to see it like you, Leaf. I got to see it before I want to pick against Ghost here.
Yeah.
oh, all right. So for anyone in chat, who we rooting for? Who we rooting for?
Last weekend, they're working on something and it's looking good. Is it there yet? I need to see it before I can predict it. Ghost across the board for all 3 of us. I wonder if chat falls in line with that.
Both between this game and just in general as well.
Oh well, apparently those were all at the end.
A lot though.
Not enough.
Not enough Rogue votes.
Not enough Rogue votes.
To be fair, it's easier to type in GG than find like. Well, RGE is really
Here's
close
the thing: people were already typing G. They're already getting their spams. I don't know why.
Your vote only counts once, guys. I see some people in chat trying to put it twice. You can't game the system. Sorry,
hey,
we know it.
Didn't you just tell them that we can't tell them what to do? Then we
no,
just
I didn't say that.
this?
I didn't say that they couldn't do something. I just said it won't count.
Okay,
you can inform them of the rules of life.
Yeah.
So we're getting into game.
First game is ready.
Number 1, Rogue in the blue, Ghost in the orange.
I haven't gotten to watch a whole lot of Rogue or Ghost because, like I said, I haven't gotten to watch a live event this split. So most of what I've seen has been like deeper in the bracket. Which actually, Ghost made it pretty deep in the bracket, Regional 1, didn't they? So theoretically, I should have seen that.
Yeah, they played Pittsburgh Knights. And Pittsburgh Knights have had a good run through the close qualifiers, but FaZe doesn't lose to.
I think everybody on this Ghost roster is absurd, but.
Yeah, no disrespect to the Knights, but it's FaZe. Come on, so.
But I don't know. I don't know what to expect.
Actually, I'm completely wrong. My brain is befuddled. That's NRG and a crew. I'm like misremembering the bracket here. I need to. My browsers start pulling up so I know what happens here. Nice attempts there though. Gyro gonna get it away. And back on the other end. Gyro now picking up a touch past 1, chases it through the sky. The rest of the boost gonna get a round of shock as well. Follow from Toroco though runs directly into the falling shock. And Hoxer now with an opportunity, flying down the field looking for goal number 1.
I haven't seen much of Hoxer in like, honestly, the last time that I remember Hoxer being like, this is gonna sound mean, I don't mean it that way. Like the last time I remember him being like really the forefront of people's minds was when they talked about was it dropping Gimmick in place of Hoxer back in C9 days? Which is, I mean, obviously been a while. C9 hasn't been in the scene since season 8. Is that right? No, 9.
Got the flippery step, but no goal just yet. Lion Blaze now keeping it low and fast. Here's Hoxer with space over Toroco. Gonna try and bait Gyro into the sky. Gets it past him.
Okay.
Boxer actually clears it out of the box. Lion Blaze looking for an opportunity, but not gonna.
I feel like I'm pretty neutral on this matchup. Like I'm not like a big fan of either team, so.
Picked up by Aqua. Hawks are out the backboard, clears it long down the field. Taroko's got to quickly hit the U-turn, fall back.
Already a key difference on both defensive sides. Rogue are looking really scary. Even earlier on a defensive push, they had to be really mindful of where exactly Ghost were going with the ball, because a lot of these shots are so close, and Taroko diving for that one. But Ghost, they don't waste any time on defense. Hawkster got that quick clear off the backboard. The boost game starting to stabilize a little bit for Rogue. However, I still feel like Ghost, they got the edge right now against Rogue as far as the pushes go.
Also, chat has audio. Can you hear the commentators over me or in a comfortable way?
Stretch past the pass, a little bit too powerful. Aqua not able to pick it up, and now a dunk. Shock will be able to clean that out of the goal. Retreating, nice play, but they're gonna have to hold off the onslaught. Rogue's up for another touch, blocked at the point of contact. Aqua in the corner, no boost. Hope in the corner will spawn for him, but it's not gonna happen. Shock now gonna get across midfield with ball control.
Oh, Aqua doing a good job in the corner of stalling that transition from Ghost. It allowed Taroko and Gyro to get back in time, and they almost found the net, but Ghost are really tight on that rotation right now. Even right there, you're not going to catch Shock out. You saw Gyro try to punch him off the play, but Shock had already jumped into the air.
Comes are a little quiet, but you can still hear him. I'll turn it up a bit.
Got the reset, but it's taken away by Shock. Gyro had jumped early for that ball.
What's up, homie? You see that you're a mod now?
I think you
yep, you did.
Had no way to adjust once the Ghost touch came in, the defensive touch there. Oh no, Hawks are through one. Taroko gonna get zoned out.
I was talking about mods with someone recently, and I was like, you know what? Like, I keep thinking about it, like, every time I see your name, but, like, usually if you're in live chat, like, we're in the middle of a game. I can't believe that went in, of all of the shots that have gone so far.
This one kind of came at Ghost slow. You see Hawkster jump for this ball initially, thinking that
yeah,
it's going to come a little lower, but he turns his nose downwards.
It looked like Line Blaze just kind of like trusted a little too much, maybe.
And it got right over him.
And Rogue draw first blood. 1:18 left to go. Ghost not without opportunities. But a strong defensive stand for Rogue multiple times here.
Better, okay, cool.
Not find the back of the net. Shock down on the outside with Lion Blaze in tow. Past Taroko, got Gyro in front to deal with. Went for the bump. This is the thing I've noticed also. Rogue successfully dodging all of the demo game from Ghost so far.
Deej, have you watched any RLCS before?
Lion Blaze, but Taroko gets to the sky quickly to block it.
Yeah, Ghost getting that clear again, but you're definitely right, because they've been tight on defense for Rogue, but they have avoided those tight situations, and they've come away the victors on defense every single time.
Oh, there's one.
Even Lion Blaze earlier, he was trying to take Taroko out of the play. Taroko dodged it. So, I think you're absolutely right about that, Wave. It's been difficult, but Ghost have a chance on the bar. Here comes Lion Blaze, and I thought Aqua might get it, but Ghost tie it up.
Yeah, I thought Aqua had that for sure.
How many did both defenders go here? Gyro, I'm not quite sure where he's going there. He sees Taroko go out for the ball and says,
not in a while, okay.
Despite the
I don't know if you were in chat yet or not, but earlier I was saying, like, I haven't gotten to watch since C9. Damn, okay. Yeah, so good while more than me. Like I said, I haven't watched live since I think the Winter Major. And I want to say Rogue is the same roster from then, but I think Ghost made a roster change, so I really haven't seen this Ghost ever.
Rogue now in front of their own box with Gyro trying to take it out. The end of regulation, looking pretty good for, I think, Rogue right now. I was favoring Ghost early on here in terms of the edge, but Rogue have really started to convince me here at the end, Wave.
It's been, I feel pretty 50-50 right now. Taroko with an opportunity here, goes for the bump instead. Lion Blaze now going to connect with Hawkster upfield, puts it back to Lion Blaze off the wall.
I felt like Rogue looked better in the first half.
There's the midfield,
not the second.
Top of Shock, back and forth, quick attempts from Ghost on offense here at the beginning of overtime. I feel pretty even. I guess the edge for me goes to Ghost just because I scored last, but that's just like a tiny modicum of momentum here. The trap from Aqua blocked by Shock. Follow from Gyro is going to have to figure out how to get the ball to go towards the goal with any speed here. He's moving up and down too much. Not going to find anything. Shock will get a clear, and Hoxer's airborne for this onto the backboard. Aqua's going to have to reach. Doesn't find it. They drop it down, but miss. The follow from Shock back into the box, and they crashed it. Lion Blaze as well. Going to have to careen back to his half just to play defense.
Oh man, Rogue definitely get away with one.
I think pretty much exactly what Waypunk just said, where he said like, maybe I'm just leaning Ghost because they scored last. I think that's me.
on Rogue right now, but now they got to break out. Aqua, he had a couple of nice chances. Gyro also tried with an air dribble in front of the box, but it hasn't worked in overtime. Ghost have locked it down on defense. They've always had a response, even right here. Hoxer, he's got that touch, forces Gyro to have to commit forward for that ball. He didn't give it straight to him. Gyro made a good follow-up touch.
It feels like Rogue is just kind of shooting everything, even if it's not like gonna be powerful or hard to save. I mean, I don't know. That's what it's the vibe I'm getting. Like, I don't know. Like placing that like very center, pretty slow. Had a lot more real possessions. That is, I would agree.
On the outside. Aqua trying, Hoxer builds a wall. Shock's up for this one, doesn't get challenged, and expecting to have to deal with another player. Wasn't ready for the shot he had an opportunity for. Off the wall, the Lion Blaze up for. Taroka's gonna beat him to the ball. Shock alone in the backfield. Takes his time off the wall. Finishes it above Taroko. Follow from Aqua. Hoxer up for it. Blocked.
Yeah. No, that's what I assumed you meant. Meant Ghost. That's what I'm saying, because like Rogue just kind of keeps shooting it, and then Rogue gets, or then Ghost gets the possession. What it feels like to me, I don't know. That's okay. I heard like Gyro had 4 saves in the first minute. That I didn't notice.
We play on Wavepunk. It has been real tight, but what an exciting first game. It has been really fast.
Neither team giving two.
I definitely do feel like Shock is one of the best people to have as third man.
Teams maintaining 3 quarters, if you follow my terrible analogy. Here's Taroko through the sky. Drop it back down. Lion Blaze. Thank you. I appreciate that. I feel seen. Aqua in front of the goal. Back to midfield. Oxer stopping one and the backflip touch. Getting Taroko and Gyro to pile up on top of each other, but 2 feet off the ground, not going to really matter here. They get to the backboard for free, but Aqua was able to extend it. Is there a follow-up? Ghost not going to have the third man in line. The wide overtime rotations. Just Lion Blaze to a backboard again. Does he find the tap this time? Oh, it dropped down dangerously, but still wide of the goal.
And where were they supposed to go?
I'm curious though if
contact. Aqua's got
what the B stream has on right now. Let me check my phone.
The problem, Rogue, they've been really stingy on defense, and Ghost are trying. Like Hoxer, here's a carry, he blows through one defender through the air, but then the play's dead. The follow-up's a little too slow. It's just the reads are difficult to find for either of these teams to put that second man in a solid follow-up spot where you really take the advantage.
Big blocks.
Ooh, okay. Wait, after this game, I just saw NRG's down against a crew currently. So after this game, I might switch over to that. I definitely have more of an opinion on that matchup. That's for sure. Offensively, they haven't looked great, but defensively, the rotation has been so tight. Yeah. I feel like it's almost like opposites. Like where Rogue keeps shooting, it's like Ghost keeps like looking for better opportunities.
With all of Rogue there sitting, they've got every option covered. Where are you supposed to go without taking yourself completely out of position, or maybe an unfavorable 50? There aren't a lot of good options for Ghost when they get down.
Which I suppose does make sense when I think about Ghost's like roster. It's like I said, Shock, in my opinion, is one of the best third men. Lion Blaze, if I remember right, I don't know a whole lot about him, but if I remember right, I want to say he came up through ones. So it makes sense that he would look for better opportunities rather than shooting everything.
There was just no shot for him, given the kind of triple man coverage they had tight in the box on defense. Rogue extends this game. This Ghost also extending it to an extra game, 2 for the price of 1 here. Gyro takes the shot. Hoxer with a block. It's very slow, and he'll build a wall behind it. Taroko not able to get it through him, and now Hoxer through the skies. Got Shock on the outside. Shock's up for this one to try.
Like that was kind of what I meant though. I felt like Hoxer shot that really soon, or not Hoxer, sorry. Taroko maybe, whatever Rogue player was on it, while Hoxer was still behind it. But Hoxer was in the middle of committing to a flip, so like if you waited a second, I don't know.
But you can barely come away with anything. They've got
Obviously, I'm nowhere near as good as any of these people, so I can't really like. I can't really
Huge touch
comment
on
too
Rock,
strongly
where
on it in that way, but
continued
that's what it
to
felt
keep
like.
Rogue in a weak spot, but a cleanly won 50-50 on midfield. Now giving them this opportunity. Bumpy line plays, not gonna matter. Oh no! Ghost puts it back and forth for Gyro, but
Shit.
Gyro doesn't see anything he can fly at, so stays on the ground now, emerging with control from the corner, trying to connect with the one. Sets it up for
I was about to say that's gotta be okay.
2-1 finally, 6 minutes.
I would like to see actually real quick how many shots Rogue had. They had to have had more than Ghost, right? I feel like they had to have.
Breaks through Ghost. And wow, 6 minutes of overtime, and Rogue take it like that, sending the whole house at that back wall. Woo! That was how to start the day, Rogue. Hello.
I love seeing the commitment. I love seeing them willing to say, let's
Rogue with
get right
15
now.
shots
There was no
compared
player
to
that
Ghost
somehow
14. Never mind. I guess it's
forced
not
out of
that
the box,
not that
towards
crazy.
back
What
and
about?
lose the game immediately. But
Yeah.
nope, we're to take this in overtime and
I
win
don't
it.
know. I guess it wasn't as crazy as I thought.
Exciting game of Rocket League nonetheless.
I really think there was only one
All right.
real.
Let's see how Energy's doing.
The time of the Jedi is over.
Right after this Star Wars ad.
Obi-Wan Kenobi limited series now streaming only on Disney Plus.
For a crew this time.
Okay. So when I checked in my phone during that overtime, Energy was down 1-0. So
And it's another quiet start.
really, all I want to see is Energy make London. I don't really care how they do it.
What is this play? Right as I say, it's a
But
quiet start. You
the
hear
context of that
yelling
is
from the
basically they are 100 points behind both SSG and is it Envy? No, FaZe. So they need to either outscore one of those two by 100, or Envy's like 140 points above them. So if they really outscore Envy, then they can also pass them up.
Like that,
Garrett is
I
correct as
feel
hell.
real good, James.
I do. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling hopeful.
I've thought for a while, and I think this is a pretty like agreed upon thought. I don't think this is a hot take at all. People can argue whether or not Justin or Squishy or Garrett have like higher ceilings or anything like that, but in my opinion, by far Garrett has the highest floor.
But Oath catches it on the dribble. A demo and the goal.
Okay.
will roll far post, or the ball rather. Rolling far post after the demo. Justin had to dodge it.
Oh yeah, you saw people playing close. Justin cut in for the turn, and that was right.
Garrett, honestly, in my
there.
opinion, might have
Put
the
some
highest
pressure on
floor
that
of
one, so.
anyone in NA.
Okay, the crew gets
Which
one
is hard to
back.
say with how they've been performing the last few
We're all
weeks,
tied up once again.
but I don't know. I haven't been convinced by the last few weeks to say like washed or anything like that. Like it hasn't been long enough to say anything like that yet.
First touch gets away from him, but the second challenge pushes it downfield. Garrett looking for some small pads. Justin, half a tank, gets bumped off the ball high, still staying on it. But
That was
ball
dangerous.
dangerously
Yeah,
streaking
yeah,
across
that was
net.
dangerous.
Oh, that's free. Wait.
Oh.
I thought Garrett was gonna hit it.
All
I
right.
think the defense thought he was too. He just let that go.
All eyes on Garrett. You see Astro. Oh, did Astro miss the boost?
Oh, he did.
Astro, he missed the boost, but it still looked like he had some boost to go for it.
I don't really know
That was one of
anything
those
about a
boost
crew.
greater than ball situations that comes back to bite you.
Ooh. Cut in
Other than
a little too quickly.
were they one of the ones that beat NRG Regional 1?
Could just be, you know.
Let me look that up
the
real
crew
quick.
Trying to play a little too fast for their own good.
Oh, and miss there. Let Squishy come into the corner.
Let's see.
Justin,
Hold that first
first
touch,
touch
crazy.
control.
Energy
second
lost to
touch, flip, reset,
Ghost
third
and all
touch.
mid
Going
Regional
for the
1.
block. 50 down.
Regional 2, I think it
Hard
was
hit off the
Torrent,
corner.
right?
Garrett jumps. Garrett shoots, and he's denied
Yeah.
by Astro.
Yeah.
Still a
Well,
really
all
good
right, so
shot
we'll
from
be
Garrett.
fine,
Forced
is
him
what
to
I'm
go for
hearing.
that. Justin tried to flip reset, but Astro is able to really send that one downfield. The crew trying to find a way out, but NRG keeps pushing back in. Squishy looking for a bump, making it awkward for Astro, but the shot wasn't on target. Both a little awkward here on the follow-up, but Garrett has enough boost to keep this one in play. And almost tried to do it all himself there.
Going for the dish. Garrett G wasn't able to convert. Double tap off the corner. Ball loose in front of net. Low 50. Squishy dribbling it. Takes it up. And we'll lob it towards Net. Net forcing the save. Not the best.
I was about to say, that was not a great save.
Garrett leaving it for the middle. Justin trying to slow play it, but it's shut down. Still, the general NRG on the prowl. Squishy was trying to dribble it out. Now Garrett off the ceiling.
I've seen people saying, because like Justin made that tweet longer a while ago, saying like that they were trying out a new play style. Essentially, I've seen people kind of theory crafting that NRG is going for more of like a moist play style, where they kind of like send a faker and a shooter at the same time. I don't know if I totally agree with that. They've done that some, but it almost seems like they're trying to like merge that with like, I don't know, their old play style, which clearly would be like pretty hard to defend against, but you never know what they're gonna do. But I don't know.
I regret even bringing up the fact that the general NRG can play good against demos and bumps when they just got dismantled. Oath with a demo right into a bump on the last player back.
On the last two goals, actually.
Having plenty of boost to deal with the attack, but what they couldn't deal with was that aggressive gameplay, and a crew tied things up late.
Bumps end up working out for crew, and game is not over. As there they go. They're gonna stick to that. They're gonna stick to that play style. That's the most successful they've been this series, with the bumps coming out. Final chance here for a play. It looks like a crew want to go for it as they do send someone upfield. Overtime in game 3.
This is a critical overtime. Looking at this series in the big picture through the lens of the spring major. Let's see if the general NRG can clutch this overtime. Move one step closer to getting to the winter major, or the spring major rather. London in sight. High pop. Justin has to be careful dealing with that ball. Astro looking for the bump on Garrett. Oath gets bumped into that ball, and Squishy will boom it downfield. Fifi to the sidewall, and a big boom right back.
This is a clear heavy game to play out from NRG. They got a lot of time in the air. Chance here. Fifi got a stretch to get that. Garrett last back. There's a flip reset. That's a tough spot, but Justin, like the low 50,
good fake.
Has to get it past Astro, trying to. Does work it into the back wall. Chance here. Squishy. These slow, low challenges have been working out for NRG. Garrett's going to send it high into the corner. Force a Fifi to go up, but he just gives it right back to Justin. Transition play here.
I was thinking, DJ, right as we started this match, and like there were like 2 goals in the first minute of us watching it. It was just like, oh, like I forgot what goals looked like. Honestly, can't believe that. I do feel like Squishy is in like a little bit more of like, kind of like you're saying, like NRG is more offensive, but in that it kind of looks like a little overcommittal too, possibly. So like I said, like a crew's 2 goals were both on demos and bumps.
They are, but you can see a crew knocking on the door once they get set up on offense.
Where like NRG only had 1 person back.
But that pinch should be able to buy them some space here. Garrett has to dodge a demo himself, transitioning out.
I don't know. I just don't know what to expect from NRG right now. Like I still believe, but like
but look at that touch from just making it a lot harder.
I don't know.
That's a good clear from
2 back to 1. One stays out. You get a touch to ready to push. Yeah. Which I think. I don't know. I mean, I can't really say what I think because they gotta know better than me. But yeah, from what it seems like it's like if they need a goal if they're down, okay, it makes sense. But like as soon as they're up, like seems too high risk. Well, surprised he didn't catch that.
Finally, he's able to get that corner. He was low for a moment. Good touch out from Squishy, but Astro's there.
Someone gets
And
demoed.
you're
There
just
isn't
looking
anyone in
off
position to
ball.
make.
You're
Yeah,
in motion just
exactly.
To see what play a crew's trying to make. NRG's been able to deal with it for the most part. This is a lot of.
And also, like,
offensive
Squishy
pressure.
got caught
That's not gonna go in.
so
It is.
weird right there.
Oh,
Like,
picks the
how did he get
pockets, and
there?
the crew puts us on match
I wish I
point.
could see.
A thorn
Like,
in
that's
the
just such an
side,
awkward
staying in the
position.
play, Squishy thinking
I
that
don't
he's got
know.
a lane to the sidewall, but Oath jumps it, not only getting the block, but putting it right back towards net. 3 minutes, 2 seconds, and a crew able
Maybe
to
we'll
score
have
that
Regional
game
2
goal.
again,
Now
where
late in the series,
NRG makes a
3-1.
godly losers run, or maybe they
Round
just turn it
matchup
around here.
Proving to be a pain yet again for the General NRG.
I'm sick of this.
Wanna hang out?
We
Wanna hang out?
just went through all that OT.
Come on.
Hey, for I believe it was Oath to get a shot like that.
And I mean, Oath, he was also being really annoying
There
to
you
tie
go.
up that game. I believe
Hi,
it
buddy.
was him who got
Oh,
that
don't do
into
that.
a bump. When both players from the General NRG who were on defense had plenty of boost, but that demo into a bump opened up that game-tying window, and our crew was able to take it, and then won in overtime. So now 1 game away from taking.
This is
down
such a
the General NRG
strange,
in a
like,
very critical
change of
for
like
the General NRG.
narrative. I don't know. Like, NRG was just so good for so long, and then just like what? I don't understand what started happening right around the Winter Major.
Early would be a critical blow to the team.
You know, we got Johnny Boy in the chat. I see Sathu in the chat. They're telling me to regain. They're telling NRG to regain. We're gonna regain. That's right. The regain starts now. Let's go. The General NRG gotta force game 5. We gotta see it. We gotta see it move on in the upper bracket. My bracket.
And I mean, I was watching first touchdowns. You just need this. Yeah.
I do need this.
You just need this. I need this too. We all need this.
My bracket's gonna be in shambles at round 1. I can't let that happen.
We regain.
Justin,
Like-
that. Oh gosh.
That was close. He almost didn't have that because he started turning aggressively.
This is not how I wanted this first
I don't
series to
know.
go. Can we just get a 3-0, please, at one point? But now have to battle back in at least force game 5.
Corelli, get out the chat.
Oh,
Stop it. Everybody's watching. Stop.
A lot riding on this game. With so many arenas. And there's a double commit. But it's 2 space and Oath will punch it out. Squishy opting for a long lob. Astro to Oath in the corner. Oath getting bumped, but still staying on the play. Garrett in a 1v1 situation. Fifi and Oath both jump for it. Astro floating in air. Has to be a good touch. Garrett will take it into a dribble. Shot.
No.
Crossbar out. Just
Score
go in
that!
next time. Oh my God.
I got
All
the
right,
whole
another chance.
community watching.
It feels like even the NRG casters are like upset.
I need that.
It's not supposed to go like this.
There's still time.
All right. Good pressure. Good pressure from the General NRG. Have to shut down that lane.
No!
He does it. Will float to the corner. Jumping up early. Tipping it up to Garrett. Garrett can't make
gosh.
contact. Oath on 0 boost. Pushing it downfield. Does get the mid boost as well. Oath, the fake. Out to Astro. High lob. Garrett with the miss. No one's there to follow up quickly.
It'll
But
go
still
straight
in a
down.
dangerous
Like,
spot.
that was weird. Like,
Let's
Justin
go,
was just like in net for so long. I'm not saying it was the wrong thing to do, but it was just
Staying behind it
weird.
For the 50.
I don't know.
Squishy.
I don't
50 to the
understand.
center. Justin going for a
Good try in
solo
the
play,
fake.
but doesn't get much past Fifi.
I like that. Look at him. Make him use
Force the
boost.
double,
There we
yeah.
go.
Make a miss.
Go ahead, Justin. Oh God. Even Fraud is in the chat. Go away.
Good bump.
That's a good bump. Oh, now that Rold is here, things are going to start turning around. He predicted the sweep last time in favor of NRG. He was right. We need his energy.
That's right. Good pinch out. Justin. He got the demo. That's gonna give Garrett some time. Oaf trying so hard. He wants the demo so bad. Oaf, you're not getting the
Ooh,
demo.
let's go, Garrett. Good bump. Squishy shoots.
Shot.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, Squishy! Come on, baby! Look at that beautiful bump.
I mean, like, we should have this, right? We should have it.
Okay, that's fine. We'll do it back.
Come on.
We'll do it right back.
I shouldn't be stressed this early. That's really what it is. I shouldn't be stressed this early.
Oh, goodness.
It's fine.
Good control. Uh-oh.
It's fine.
It's nerve-wracking.
No, we're good. Fifi.
Oh, no! How did he hit?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, my God.
Okay, that was a good powerful shot. I mean, you had Garrett on the backboard, Justin on the backboard.
I mean, yeah, it was well
when
placed.
when did he decide to become a top slider shotter? Like, what's going on?
He hit that with the corner of his cart perfectly.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, this is not good.
That's fuck. Okay.
Oh, gosh. I'm losing it.
Off the kickoff. Oath has been incredibly frustrating.
Dude,
to play.
Thunder, I know. I'm
Incredibly
saying
frustrating.
I shouldn't be stressed this early, but
Just the 1v3 off kick.
oh, who do you root for, Thunder?
He demoed and bumped to get the game time goal. The way he plays is not the way Rocket League should be played, okay? Rocket League should be played like a beautiful game.
Good bump.
Get that ball.
Okay.
Ball,
All right.
Again, there you go. There you go.
Their hands dirty, Daz.
Come on, Garito said I can bump too. He's gonna keep bumping you. He's gonna keep telling you see you later. Listen, you can
Garito.
put shot after shot after shot on as much as you want to. The general's not out yet.
Garrett
I'm
G's
at
unleashed.
17.
Garrett G's off the chain. He broke it. He's coming after you.
Oh, that's a good 50.
I don't have a favorite, except for an upset. That makes sense.
I like that.
And he
Good
gets
dodge
it.
on the demo.
At this point, it's like I wouldn't say it's not an upset for a crew to win, but it almost feels that
I
way.
hit that all series.
Just
I'm
wanted to shoot it.
confused.
Just wanted to shoot it from half field. That's like taking a slapper at the blue line.
But no, that makes
Not
sense.
sure why.
I have a hard time like NRG. I've liked
That's the confidence.
I liked C9 and I liked
It's false confidence.
I wouldn't say I liked NRG back in the day, but I liked Justin. And then so I don't know, so when Squishy joined and then like kind of like
Okay.
watching Garrett a little
I like
more to
that. I like
kind of
Justin. Oh, he's getting bumped.
I don't know.
Let him play the game.
just kind of started to like them a lot. But I don't know. I have a lot of like B teams that I like.
There's no rules in this matchup right here. If
So
you
it is hard in a lot of matchups for me to find someone to root for, but if NRG's playing, then I'll always root for them.
Rebound? Oh,
Oh,
no.
gosh.
But
Oh,
another
no.
OT makes me really scared.
Do it.
No, Squishy!
That's a goal, right? No? Okay, okay.
Oh, oh my God! That was free! And they missed! Are they nervous? Are they nervous? I don't know!
Just breathe, man.
Woo!
Overtime.
What are
Overtime.
you doing,
Okay.
huh?
I just
I
need to
thought
breathe.
it was over. How did Fifi miss that shot? I don't know.
It's fine. Off the ceiling, low boost for Fifi.
He
Justin's catch, go to the
You
ceiling.
gotta do it here.
I
Get
lied.
past
No
Astro.
ceiling.
Oh, I like that.
Every time they say Astro, I think they're saying
Get
Astral.
off the ball.
Like, wait,
Good time
why
by
are we
Squishy.
playing against
By the
EU
time
right
he's
now?
got no boost, take the ball away from him.
Energy will win if this goes to game 5. I think you're right. The experience of like their nerves will be lower than a crew's.
Uh-oh. First touch back.
Should
to
be
Astro.
lower, I should say.
Garrett,
Get nervous.
the patience. 50.
Good challenge.
Back to Garrett. Garrett picks up corner boost, leaves it.
I'll help you in just a second.
I like
Elliot.
that. I like that.
Big
Banjo's
flick,
ball
ball
is under
attempts.
the
Out
under the
air, but
table.
Astro
He can't
dodges
reach it. I gotta help him
Speed
after
for
this
Garrett.
game.
Ceiling double tap ball.
Squishy's got that. But he's low. He's low. He's got to bang it.
No.
Get the
Okay.
mid. He's got the mid. Thank you.
Going for the double.
What the? What's the
Garrett
foul?
has to
Okay.
do something smart with this ball. The 50 gives it up to Astro. Astro will get the mid boost
This
as
is
well.
so
You see
awesome.
Like Justin and Squishy both on the same wall. If Justin loses that 50, Squishy's fucked.
Squishy awkward ball.
That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
okay.
It's the same thing from last game.
I don't
You
like
just
that
gotta
at
play high.
all.
You just got to play high.
Okay.
Don't worry. You got to look at the boost. You got to look at the positioning.
I feel like
Just
Squishy's
get that
playing
touch. I
weird.
like that.
I'll help you in a
That's all I can
second,
do with it,
buddy.
though.
I'll help you in
somebody
just
got
a
demo.
second.
I don't know who it was. I think it was
Flip,
Fifi.
did get the
I
flip.
don't know if y'all can hear him
It's
whining or
fine.
not.
It's not on. It's not on target. I'm nervous, man.
I'm nervous
All right.
too, guys. I don't like this. Woo! Astro racing Garrett to this ball. Astro towards net. Justin, high lob. Blocked by Fifi at the midfield, but good positioning from Justin. He goes again. Justin, can he get a pass?
Oh,
He
like
gets the
that.
50 down.
Somebody
Fifi
because she's
got it.
backwards, but it was smart. It was smart. It did not look like that pass was gonna happen.
Get there, Garito. Yes.
An assault mounting for NRG. Gonna
Make
keep
him
the pressure
awkward.
up.
Double? Justin, you're nuts. You're fucking nuts.
This is nice.
Oh,
Good double. Get it. Just play it past them, please. They're playing off this back wall.
Justin, you're nuts. You're fucking nuts. Yes, you are.
Let's go, Justin! We're going to game 5!
I know. I got you. I got you riled up. I'm sorry. I'll get your ball for you.
Justin. Lower corner, Astros
Fuck yeah,
so
game
close,
5.
Yet so far, the General NRG, they clutch game 4 in overtime, and now we're going to be going to game 5.
All right.
Guys, I mean, I was very scared. I was very scared of that overtime. Oh,
They're
man.
still in it. They're still in it. Even with the lights on. Even with the whole Rocket League community in the Twitch chat right now.
Yeah, everyone is in here watching. That pressure. Everyone's talking about NRG. They can't handle these first round matchups. Hopefully that changed some minds. And hopefully this game 5 goes the way of the General NRG. A crew has been incredibly annoying to play against, particularly Oath. Oath, get that man out of here. I don't
Where
want to
is-
play against him. I don't want him on kickoff. I don't want
Be
him
right back.
being a nuisance, going for bumps and demos. Just get him out of the equation, because if we can do that, I think that game 5 is going to be in the bag.
I'm ready, James. I'm ready. I'm telling you, if I need to strap
need to
up,
give
if I
NRG
need to
my
get on the
energy.
field, they might have to
Bye.
throw me in there or
Oh, this is
something.
gonna be
I
so
don't
hard
know.
to do in a mirror.
Listen,
Wait.
this is it.
Need
Right
the right
here.
energy
Oh,
in my
Justin's
forehead.
on the neural network. I love it. I love
Oh,
what
it's
I'm seeing
dry.
here.
Wow.
Let's get it going.
I need a mirror.
five,
I can't do
Champions
that in my
Field.
head. I just have a dot.
There
Eh.
we go. Garrett. Oh, that's a lovely first touch. He goes
get
right for
there.
net. The net was vulnerable. Oath
Ooh.
tipping it off his
You're hitting the
backboard.
mic, buddy.
Justin,
You gotta get on the other side.
hard
Come
hit
here.
off the sidewall. Already, we're seeing good pressure.
Is that true, JT? I thought as long as like if SSG or FaZe went out kind of early, we could get it without top 4. But you might be right, because to outscore them by 100, we probably need at least top 4. You're probably right.
A lot of
Yeah.
space. First
Ooh, I
touch
like that.
control. You
What
see
is he
Fifi
pre-jumping?
already jumping.
What are you pre-jumping, Fifi? It's Garito. He's getting a passion whether you like it or not. My goodness. Good try. He's looking for the bump. He got the bump.
He got it.
Where's the foul? No.
No one there, but as much as they're saying no, like no one being there was good. That's showing that they're actually leaving someone back.
But still, good
Double?
pressure.
You're nuts?
Double. Oh, but he's a little awkward. It wasn't the best.
Justin's
first touch.
feeling it.
Killing
Justin
it.
awoken.
From NRG.
Confirmed.
This is the one way to start a game. Oh, he's searching for demos. Oh, stop it.
They
You're not
see it
getting
coming now. We know it's coming.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.
Already good chances in that one. You know, you usually don't see Justin miss that opportunity. The first touch to the backboard, finish it off. It's like a free play shot that normally he'd hit. But the fact that
Thunder, as much as I think you're right, I'm still scared.
Oh my God, he's up early. He's looking for.
Nice.
Oh, look at the read from Garrett. He's got a read on him.
oh, thank you, Garrett G.
Wait, Garrett in the pink?
Now squishy.
Off the
High
ceiling.
hit. Garrett
Oh,
shot
he read that.
off the crossbar.
That's fine. That's fine. It's the fact that they're getting the space.
It's okay,
In fact,
buddy.
they're
You
working
have. I
upfield.
gave you your ball. What did you
Look at
lose it?
Squishy.
It's right
Pass
there.
One.
Get
Pass two.
In the booth.
Pass three.
Squishy.
Dude.
It was so close. He almost did it to the whole team. Look at the space. You can
It's
tell
like
through.
if we hit like
They don't know
3
what to
more
do.
crossbars, is that just like considered like a
Posting out.
I don't know, is that just like a gimme? Like they just give you the goal at that point?
Have been dangerously close.
That's
That is a very bad
terrible.
hit. Just in.
God.
Oh,
No,
and
no,
his
no, no.
posting goes out.
All right, Justin.
So the post is
I'm telling you,
not
Justin's
friend
feeling
today,
it. Justin's on
and
now.
I can live with it.
He's gonna double that. Oh, he left it.
True,
No one's
Thunder.
able to pick it
Very
up.
true.
He's gonna pop it up in the air.
They look better than they did. That is for
Right
sure.
forward. Asher to the side. Squishy's there. Good read. Squishy to Garrett.
Goal.
Put it in. Do it, Garrett.
Yes, sir.
That's a top right slap from Garrett G. Energy take the lead.
No fear from Garrett G. The general has been
Crossbar
hitting
Yahtzee.
crossbar, and what does Garrett do? He puts it crossbar.
Damn it, I
down
rolled
and
5
in.
crossbars.
Oh, they're
Garrett
not
G
playing
came to
around.
play, Daz.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa,
Oh,
whoa,
no.
whoa,
Well.
whoa. What was that? They just hit me with a 1-2 toodaloo against
It's
me.
oath again. It's oath again.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Just-
Okay, we
you
gotta
just need
relax.
to-
We gotta
you
relax.
just need to know where oath is. That's all you gotta do is know where he is.
That's
all right.
crazy. That's
Still-
crazy to me.
Still not losing at the moment.
Yeah, but now I'm nervous again. I was excited. I don't like it. Come on, man.
What? Huh?
And it's oath as well.
What?
We don't
Right.
want
I
oath
know
popping
it.
off.
All right, hold on. Let him work.
Nice from Garrett. Got the boost, the patience. Oh, slowing down Justin's attack. Nice lob up, Justin.
You gotta keep up the
the corner.
speed. That speed was working.
Yeah,
out so
agreed.
well.
It
Can't
seems
slow it down,
like
because then what happened? A crew will start
mechanically,
demoing it.
it's not like
Can't
energy
let
just
it
like
happen.
died mechanically out of
Just-
nowhere, but like rotationally,
God.
whatever they're trying now, like clearly, like they're
Get up. Look at
I don't know,
so
based
fast.
for regional 2 compared to regional
After
1, like I
coming
guess
back
they're
for sure.
starting to
That
figure
fast-
out
that's
whatever it is
good.
they're trying to
Just
do,
get
but
back.
it's
Ooh,
questionable.
what is happening? The demos, it's working. Let them work.
I couldn't see anything
I don't
for
know.
a second.
I've got faith. They'll figure it out. I mean, all 3 of them individually are
Final
nuts.
minute.
They've
Throw
teamed
to
together
the
long
side.
enough. They should
Astro
have good
has
chemistry.
nothing in the
Like,
tank. Oh, this is all Gary
I
G.
like this. I
Oh,
like
what's
this.
Banger.
What's he about to do?
nah.
Oh, we tried to play a quick ball.
But it was the right idea. Garrett G trying to make things happen. Oh,
Good bump,
the
good
ceiling, Fifi all the way
Good
upfield. This is
control.
a numbers advantage for a brief moment, but
Yeah,
again a demo on the
was.
rotation out.
Now it's scary. Now Garrett's
We're
back. They're fine.
hovering. They're looking for something, anything.
I like that pinch.
Like
as
it.
well.
Yeah, that's
It
hot.
seems like I've noticed Squishy a lot of
He
times,
has no boost too.
kind of shadowing near and then 180ing, and like, if it was like once or twice, I'd be like, oh, that's a mistake. But considering he keeps doing it, like, it makes me wonder if that's something that I don't know that they've decided could be good in the right circumstances, and I don't know. I don't know.
Astro into the corner. I don't know if that was the best touch for him.
Oh, I like that.
Garrett's trying to make.
Like, wouldn't it make more sense to like shadow and then like
Justin, good beat.
let Garrett go, who was already in net, who had been back post and started coming near post?
Game 5. We really just gotta watch out for the kickoff here.
Because then nobody was back post anymore. Obviously, it worked
That's
out
not the
fine,
best start.
but
No, straight
I
to
don't know.
Justin. Nah, I think he's fine. Garrett got that side boost.
Garrett's got.
The speed from Garrett, hard shot. Save to the side, Fifi. Up high in the middle. Back down to the corner. Squishy controlling the ball. Air dribble.
Oh!
Gets the
Great.
touch.
Some
Will
missed touch.
save it.
That's clean.
They respect Astro and that touch on the ball.
Justin, you're nuts. Get over one.
Another way
Bring it
to-
down.
he's gonna rotate
Yes,
out.
sir.
Dunk from Justin to Garrett. Moved upfield.
Garrett, you're
Back to the
insane.
corner. Got a good beat on that play.
On the boost as well.
Oh god.
This could be dangerous.
Justin.
Oh, stretching save from Justin. Now it's back out. Justin.
Telling you, Justin's feeling it.
Doesn't have
Fifi
boost.
not letting him take the time. Oh, great speed from Garrett G. He's sucking up all the boost as well. Justin taking that corner. A good
Oh, Squishy
chance
wanted
here
to
for the
jump for it.
general NRG.
Squishy wanted to jump for it. Now he's got to play that beat. He could get a bump here on Fifi. I think he did get one. Now
Nice.
Justin
Okay.
Hayes has Garrett on the wing, trying to get it to him.
Garrett demos. Oath's weird.
Try, here's a chance. Oh,
No.
it's knocked away.
Squishy.
Garrett's
They're keeping the
trying to-
possession well, though. It
Puts
seems
back
like
middle.
it
That's
seems
one of
like
the
a
best
crew's
touch.
just forced into
He
constantly
learns
bringing it
out
back
for
to NRG.
the crew.
There's
Got
Justin.
demos left and right. Justin trying to get a
Good
field.
try.
Fifi gets
They're
that
gonna
ball,
try to
but
kill
not gonna be able
Squishy.
to follow. He's got a boost again.
Or
Now he's
Garrett.
got He does get a demo on Garrett, but Justin's still upfield. He's going for a pre-jump here. Does he have the read? Nah, he doesn't. Garrett respawns, has boost.
Garrett, you're nuts. Garrett, you're nuts.
Looking for the
No.
finish, has to knock it away.
Would have been.
Pressure beginning to mount.
Who died?
Another Demo. A crew. Been
Goal.
relentless now. The shot!
Fuck yeah.
Garrett G breaking the round one curse for the general NRG.
It's a top
Honestly, the whole reason I was excited about watching tonight was seeing NRG versus FaZe, and if it wasn't gonna happen, I was gonna be really upset.
They couldn't believe it. Are you watching? Are you watching?
Yes, I am watching.
The General's here, baby.
Let's
Big
go!
win.
NRG with the clutch. Where's Roldiz? Where's Roldiz, baby? Huh?
Theoretically, they should be playing
Yeah,
FaZe
where's
now.
Krill
Let me
Where's
check and
Krill
see how
at?
that went.
Huh, Krill, you still in chat, buddy? Where the
Where's the
haters
haters?
at? All
Yeah,
right?
FaZe 3-1.
They see us winning the round
V1
one
3-1.
We won the round one
Rogue
matchup.
ended up 3-0 in Ghost. Wow.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Sonic's
Garrett G,
3-1
thank
complexity.
You so much, Garrett G.
Envy 3-2 to Oxygen. I would be curious to in the future. Let's fucking go, dude. I'd be curious in the future to see how that game went. Because they had Turbo. And Oxygen's been like kind of iffy in my head. Where like sometimes they look hot and other times they kind of.
Listen, those who knew. Okay, they went. The ones who said, "Oh yeah, energy," they're going.
All right.
Like, they're
So
back.
FaZe NRG in about
They're like,
15
"Are you
minutes.
sure they're back?" They're
A
back.
crew's pretty good.
I bet that'll be
Yeah,
on.
well,
That'll be on mainstream, right?
and they were, to their
It's gotta
credit,
be.
I mean, to their credit, they were pretty good. 3 overtimes in a row. 3 overtimes in a row to end that. And every single overtime was
Coming up.
was
Let's go.
heart-wrenching. They were so close. And the general stepping up. Garrett G specifically. His bumps, getting those goals, his ability to
Oh my
close out those
goodness, you are
shots.
needy
Garrett
right now,
at
Bubba.
times has struggled to get that crossbar.
Finding
in.
every
He has
way
had
to crawl up me.
phases where he's, crossbar out. And we did see a little bit of that with the general starting out, but
Yeah,
they
you're
never
sweet.
lost faith. And then Garrett crossbar in, you could tell that he was feeling it today. And mile
Get
wide
down.
did Garrett G come through. The general NRG finally
down.
making it through that first round.
Thank
and
you.
can shake that curse right off. And we'll take a look now, Taz. I'm taking a look at the bracket to see who we play next. FaZe Clan.
All right, wait.
We play FaZe next.
Write it in my
So we're going to have to get ready
chest.
for that, all right?
Here we go.
For y'all to be able to read it, it needs to be mirrored
I
for
haven't been
me.
more ready. I've been so ready for this all day. Because I knew what was happening anyways. Come on. What did FaZe do? I'm pretty sure FaZe probably sweat. Knowing them.
3-1.
They sweet.
3-1.
Oh, they dropped the game. FaZe.
There we go. Yeah, it kind of says NRG.
5-1, 3-2, 2-0. Okay. FaZe aren't playing, which means there's no excuse for FaZe fans.
All right. Well, you know what, Daz? We're going to have to regain. We're going to have to regain. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to a quick break. But when we come back, the General NRG with a spot at the London Major on the line this weekend will be taking on FaZe to try and make it one step further in that upper bracket. Stay with us.
An active lifestyle means you never stop moving. That's why
Alright.
only Theragun devices are designed to release your body's deepest muscle tension, so you can do the things you love. You only have one body. Make it a TheraBody.
I'm gonna keep on loving you. 'Cause it's the only
Oh,
thing I want.
Green, I just saw your
Turns out everyone does sound better in the shower.
interesting,
And it turns
your
out the
Discord
General is a
message.
quality
Why is
insurance
the
company that's been saving people
Huh.
money for nearly
the thumbnail
60
shows up fine
years.
for me? That's weird. I wonder why it was screwy for you.
Can't undo
Well, here,
that.
while this is going on, we'll throw on some Earl and get a new water. See, that's supposed to be at 1, right? Yeah. What do I want to do? Let's for the next like 10 minutes just continue forward in the Dacia map until that match starts. Or actually, let's get to where I got last time. Which I think was level 9. Did I miss one? Oh, I didn't grab that. Interesting. So I can't? Really? Well, that's lame. Well, never mind then. I can't do it that way. I have to totally redo it. Let's see. Well, here, I think we will mess around and free play for a sec. Or custom training. I haven't done this one in a long time. Pull this onto that side so that I can actually see when it comes up. Who do y'all have in NRG versus FaZe? I'm curious to see how that one goes. I mean, maybe I'm buying into the narrative, but I feel like NRG plays pretty poorly against like more bubble teams compared to like top teams. So I feel like they have a better shot than it would look like after a 3-2 against a crew. I would agree. NRG did look a lot better as time went on. Defensively, they're so nutty. Their weird rotation doesn't get exposed because the other team can't mount a play because they have a hard time to just denying everything. Yeah, honestly, and that's how game 5, especially overtime, looked. Was like just constantly NRG was just like getting a possession. So anytime that a crew touched the ball, it was just like right back to NRG. Which, of course, I'm okay with. Here we go. They don't play well on offense and just go easy goals. That's kind of how it seems. It's like I said, like the biggest thing that I felt like from myself that I was noticing was like with what I was saying about squishies, like 180s at near post. Like maybe that's something pros do more than I realize, and maybe it's actually not as bad as I think it is. But like I gotta say, every time I do it, it doesn't work out, or it could have worked out better if I did it differently.
Okay, I've talked to him plenty of times. I'm surprised I could survive some of the conversations. I had the biggest FaZe fan, Asphira, on First Touch last week. Got to be the most delusional dude I've spoken to. How do you have other teams being the best team in the world, and then say if
I can smell the marker on my chest.
And he also says First Killer's the best player in the world, and then he puts Atomic higher than First Killer on his top players list. So, you know, how is there not more cognitive dissonance in that situation? And one thing that people were saying even on the show that a lot of people were in denial about was the fact that FaZe has been struggling against the top teams.
Right.
And I think that's been true.
I feel like no matter what, like you've got to put Atomic over First Killer, like in like a power ranking sense, because he's just been outplacing First Killer. You can say the First Killer you think is like a better individual player, but like when it comes to like a team dynamic,
they want this a lot.
I feel like results speak toward Atomic.
I might even say, well, this might be tougher than NRG if they play G2 in the next round. That's how much, because I think this FaZe team is tired of taking these L's. I think that, you know, they'll probably show up in this matchup, but if the general NRG have their number, and if they're really back, like I truly believe they are, they're going to take this one.
Yeah, and I mean, just looking back at the last, let's say, the last 5 times that FaZe has matched up against the general NRG.
Probably due to experience, but I think that NRG is the
last 5.
The last 5 phases lost?
There's a good chance here for the general
NRG,
but this spring split has been very, very challenging.
No, I do think that because of their experience that they're better at not like getting nervous in scary situations, like game 5s and things like that.
Energy show so much promise, and you felt comfortable enough to say it on First Touch, and I feel it too, that the general is back. The general NRG are back, and I think that first round against our really strong crew team that was playing very aggressive, I think that showed it.
Yeah, I think so too. Like everybody, you know, it's always an NRG start slow thing, and that's been the kind of factor. But no one ever knew what NRG looks like when they don't start slow, and now we're seeing it. So this is unprecedented here right now. We're witnessing history. What does NRG look like when they don't start slow?
I don't know. I would say 3-2 against a bubble team is slow, but
ask the scientists. They didn't know.
Well, I just hope that
maybe that's just me.
Script, you know, the general has kind of had FaZe's number in a way. You know, they've taken him down multiple times, or every regional event in the winter split. Last event took him down 1-3-1, and it looked pretty comfortable. Obviously, that there was that crazy overtime, but still 3-1 over FaZe. NRG was looking unstoppable in that series. So now they're going to have to do it again. And I believe we're in the test lobby. With FaZe Clan. So FaZe NRG should be coming up any moment now, Daz.
That's right. So that being said, you know, this one will be interesting to see when we get into. All I know is that if this really does come down to, at the end of the day, FaZe is shooting. It really does. Because FaZe can get chances on NRG, but when it comes
this one's huge for NRG.
Shots,
just because with FaZe being the next closest in points, if we can win,
really
then that puts us in a good situation to possibly outplace FaZe by 100 points. Or what would be even cooler is tie with FaZe. And then we're in a fun situation. Get to watch a tiebreaker game.
What was there Is there like chapstick on the rag you use? Like how?
Bro,
on
I don't
earth
know, bro.
did
Look,
you
I used that
get
one
so
over
many
there.
streaks? Use a paper towel or something.
A paper
Holy-
towel.
That is the, I can see it from here.
I
I
know.
have it in like a. It's It's taking up a quarter of my screen. I'm looking at it through the program feed. This isn't even high res, and I
Bruh.
can see the streaks.
That's pretty
I
bad.
don't know, bro. Like what? Like bro,
Dude,
like
what did you clean it with?
the microfiber, bro. I found it, and I was like,
What?
we're gonna- am I not supposed to use the microfiber
Dude,
cloth?
oh my god! I mean, I have never had this problem.
I don't know,
I don't
bro.
know what you
That's what I
did,
keep
man.
telling y'all. I keep telling y'all that the mirror, like like you could clean the mirror, but the mirror's still streaky, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, do I need to spray this right now?
Let's see it. Let's see it. I mean, we got time to kill. We're just waiting for FaZe.
Listen,
paper
look.
I don't believe him. He
Actually, no,
must be
no,
rubbing
no.
like this.
I don't want to get up. I don't want to get up. I don't wanna get up.
This is Rocket
You
League.
know what, guys? I honestly feel like there was no shot at it. Wait, we're in game?
We're in game.
Okay, all right. I thought we were buying time. They don't tell me anything anymore.
All right, let's see it. Game 1 on the screen. Follow up from Squishy. Slot.
Easy game.
And that is a good start. Justin. And you see Garrett again going for that
I like Justin's
lead bump
car.
play.
I
Garrett
like the
was
flowers.
utilizing the bump successfully for the General NRG against a crew. And 10 seconds in, you see him playing that lead blocker, getting that space, and the General out to an early lead.
Solid start for NRG. There was a demo on the play. I think Garrett got demo off that kickoff. Yeah, he did. He just respawned. Looking at AJ. Oh, not able to get there in time. Hit clear from Sypical. Straight down. Now, FaZe Clan definitely have been, again, a very strong threat. I mean, this is a top 5 team in North America. Being able to watch them go, I mean, you're always going to get a very mechanical treat in this series.
No doubt about that, especially with First Killer, who's had some pretty remarkable stats. But Rocket League's a team game. You really need everybody firing on all cylinders. It's really tough to carry, especially in this meta.
Ooh, good read. Just a call Squishy
Yeah, I don't know.
back
I
there,
don't
so
know what to
Squishy
expect
jump
from
up
this
and
game,
flop it
honestly.
in.
I do think, like I said,
All
NRG
up.
plays up to their competition, or
See,
sometimes down
personally,
to their competition.
I like this.
Like they were
series.
saying earlier, NRG's
I
won
think they're really
the
good.
last
Yeah,
5
it's
times
just-
the
it's
teams
just
have
the
met.
fans that-
So
I'm just like,
And some particular fans.
yeah, not all FaZe fans. Some.
turn the
FaZe
comms up a
fans.
little. Gotcha.
All of them.
The FaZe fans sometimes that you have to deal with officially.
I think this stream's a little
Yeah.
quieter than the last one.
Not to name it.
No,
no
names.
That
No
does
names.
narrow the pool.
It does. It does. It definitely does. I mean, they're almost more unbearable than the G2 fans.
Almost.
Specifically.
Almost.
Almost. Yeah, that's a big almost. Good touch from Garrett out. And FaZe had a lot of offensive pressure to start that one, but not really able to get really too many threatening shots going in. This has been really good
I have this
backcourt
like
defense
weird
from
thing with
NRG.
FaZe. I don't know if it's necessarily that weird actually,
And
but
honestly, it
where
seems
I
NRG
like
has
all
more
of the
space than
individual
against the
players,
crew.
but ever since FaZe picked them
Again,
up, like I
really
don't
good,
like FaZe as
they
an
play
org,
fast,
so I like
especially
have to
both of
root
them
against
amongst
them.
FaZe has a particular play style that's worked out for them. Because again, like when you're a top 5 team, things are more controlled in your overall team environment. You have a play style, so to speak.
You expect to see more infield passes.
Ooh,
We did see
not a
one
good
come
touch.
out from
Alright,
FaZe,
alright,
but
that's
it
fine.
was shut down. Whereas from a crew, we saw a lot of bump and demo plays, a lot of quick shots, just trying to overwhelm with speed. We'll see if FaZe, their play style actually matches up a little bit better for the General NRG than a crew did.
Lots of space.
Oh yeah, tons.
Don't know the players,
You didn't
just
see
don't like
Justin
the
being
org.
able to get that
That's
much
fair.
space in the air, and
It's kind of
it's a
funny
demo.
that I don't like the org because like
Uh-oh.
if there were no context over the last like 10 years other than just like, oh, I remember like back in like MW2 days when FaZe was like first getting big, like,
Very solid. AJ playing
I would have no
high,
problem
in
with
the air,
them.
but whoa!
but I feel like the
Big
owners of FaZe are
misread there
just
from First Killer.
douchebags. And also, wasn't there some sort of like crypto thing, like scheme? I don't know. I'm not gonna comment too much on that because I really don't know. But I'm pretty sure that's a thing that happened too.
Press tab.
What, you want to see the scoreboard?
Squishy's got.
Okay, all right, that's
All right.
That's good enough. I said
I
press
like that.
tab, not hold it for
I mean,
3
we
years.
got to be able to read it. You know,
I
it's,
said press it, not hold it.
I needed that. Okay.
What did you get from that?
Civical has 96 points.
I missed that.
Yeah.
I was
That was the first thing I saw. Minute left. Good touch from
I'm just
Garrett.
not big into clout gang or any of that. Yeah, that's kind of how it. Yeah, how
Play
it
out. Ooh, that's a good
vibes.
touch.
Still a little worried though. The general has not been able to get that insurance goal, and we know how quickly
They had like a
turn
thing, I think
things
it's called
on
like
and
phase
how every
1,
single
where they were
player on the
trying
team has
to.
so
It's like a
much potential.
competition to become the next phase member.
And it has
But what
been
it turned into is like
how
the
much
20
general has
finalists
conceded late
in a
goals.
24/7 live stream in like some like clouded out warehouse. And I don't know. I never watched any of it. I just saw kind of cringe clips,
Yep, and,
so
lead
maybe they were
block out,
cherry
first
picked,
killer,
but
Squishy
it looked pretty
both
bad.
Take each other out. Oh, you saw the chain dash from AJ. Squishy, watch out! He's coming.
I watched his video on how to do that.
Really? Did you learn it?
No, I can't.
Oh. First killer flip reset chance. Got the flip. Oh, that was clean. I'm not gonna lie, that was clean.
First putting the team on his back.
And this is what I was worried about. The solo plays, first killer, flip reset, low 50, bouncing it in with less than 8 seconds left on the clock. And I hate to say it, but this has been a little bit of the MO for the general NRG in this split, is allowing those late goals. Let's just hope that we can at least get overtime. Best case scenario, a 0-second goal, but that's not going to happen.
What does MO
Another
mean?
overtime.
I mean, like I know what it
Fourth
means, but like what does it
overtime
stand
that
for?
we will be experiencing in a row here on NRG Mission Control.
Play out to the side. Like I said, this was always gonna be a push
Justin
and pull,
Scott, we're
but
fine.
regardless of that, I think it's NRG also have to kind of get warmed up to the FaZe play style. Last time they played, I'm pretty sure FaZe took game 1. But for FaZe, I mean, yeah, they still want to take that game 1 win. It's about making sure they can keep that up for the rest of the series.
Typical out of play.
This has been a very solid
Squishy
start
bang.
So far. OT continuing on.
It's a Latin term. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Squishy can collect. 1 to beat. Go low. Yeah.
Last second, lovely
Garrett?
challenge. Takes another player out of the game. Couldn't 50 the ball from first killer. Nice
That
pre-flip.
catch.
Wow, he's doing a lot with 0. And then Garrett comes in just to bump him.
That's
Good
fine.
touch.
That's a good clear.
Kinda just need
Going
time.
High, looking for control again.
Doesn't.
Leaves this one for AJ.
Yeah. That like
Good boost
taking
up
it
for
and
AJ.
then leaving
Hold on.
it is like it's
Good
kind of the
post up.
moist play style I was
Typical definitely got them
referring
points up.
to
It's in the
earlier.
90s and, I got 268.
Like sending 2 on
We
each
could be on
shot.
track for another long
Garrett
overtime
Scott.
between NRG and FaZe. Hold on.
Yeah,
We
game
don't-
1.
Wait,
Ugh.
Maybe we did need a little bit longer. First killer slotting it.
First is just
And
nasty,
this is
dude.
what I was worried about. The infield passing, we didn't see that much out of it.
It's so
Crew, and
quick,
First
top
Killer,
corner.
Excellent shooting. First killer has been that player with unbelievable stats, unbelievable finishing, and he did
Yeah.
it here in game 1, taking down the general NRG. Both goals coming from his bumper. We saw the flip reset, low 50, bounce in, and now that shot off the infield pass from Sipical, who has had a bit of a slow start, but a strong end to game 1.
That was pretty unlucky timing. I'm not gonna lie.
We were talking about it though, Daz, how the general has been letting teams in those last moments. So hopefully there can be some adjustments to close out these games a little bit cleaner. So despite having so much of the pressure and keeping FaZe on their back foot for the most of that game, they let it
Ooh,
get away.
phase
So
energy on the
now
mainstream.
we're
I
gonna be
like
in
that
for the
layout a
long run,
little better, to
hopefully.
be
Well,
honest.
at least
Let's
go-
switch on over.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you have a
Hands.
pair of them, so you see,
Right.
so now,
As I
now
said,
between Jordan and I, we have a
avoid
pair. We have a pair.
Yeah, so-
Yeah,
like,
see, I
me and
think
Wayne
that
put
one's
together
louder,
one
right? Turn that
One
down a
pair.
bit.
3
Yeah.
of those is 60 fingers.
That's 60 fingers.
Why
That's
are you
I
What
was
the
talking about.
fuck are they
We're
talking
on
about?
the same wavelength. He understood what I couldn't verbalize. Leaf, and he slammed it home for me. Thank you, Wade.
I'm glad you two are on the same page at least.
I get it. Smile in chat if you understand.
Nothing really
One's in
interesting
chat. One's in chat if you understand. Let's
No,
do
I
it.
get it. Smile.
Smiley face. Oh, you want smiley face? I'm sorry.
I want to say I get it. Smile.
Oh, you
Leaf's
get
like
it,
trying to
smile.
like run a real
I'm
show.
like
We're
trying to
no
like
memes.
do something here, and fingers are more important. I suppose. Counting. No, nothing really interested to happen. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like I've just seen this layout more. I can follow it better, like the boost at the top and stuff like that.
Squishy was there.
Score and all that at the bottom.
Squishy. I'm sorry, Squishy.
Justin, you're
On
nuts.
defense.
Oh wow, what a ballet move.
It's like
It was
a
Justin
pirouette.
pirouetting.
Ballet.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna say
flying
pirouette because
pirouette.
it's the one ballet word I remember. I don't even know what a pirouette is. Maybe
For
it
so
is.
long, I've been trying to find
He's
like
blocking
a
him?
play or a goal where I could call it the flying
Good pass.
pirouette, but there's so few like true air dribble goals that are scored now at this level that you just never really get that opportunity.
That's a really solid team name just waiting to happen. You guys
Flying
can have that for free.
Yeah, take it. When you
I
sign up for
just sold your
qualifiers,
idea for free.
that works. That's fine.
Oh,
It's
there's
in
a
the
pass.
public domain now. It's too late.
Off the
That's up
backboard
high.
for free.
Garrett Scott.
Follow from AJ. No, Garrett G in the front of the box, going to cover it up.
Good touch
NRG
from
looking
first.
to bounce back
I
up.
thought it was going to be a bad touch, and then he got so much more power than it looked like he could.
Well, they do have the neutral zone right now. AJ's back. He's got the touch out. And first killer's going to be the one on duty for shooting. I think FaZe are going to be in good hands. Here he comes off the ceiling. He's got the reset. Let it drop. Typical also tried to help out, but it pushes back over to the neutral zone. And AJ will buy some
Good
time. First killer's deleted.
control. Typical's last back. Right over to Garrett.
Oh, there's a news update.
News orb here, or news leaf here. Just a little bit.
Yeah, honestly, the
interesting
kill on
around the
first
team
actually
screens
kind of
going on
fucked him
if you
there, I
wanna check
think.
it out. Interesting version one.
And he was just back in time.
Currently up 2 on Envy. They're 1 game away from clinching majors. Definitely something if you want to head over to the V1 stream and check out them if they're in that game 3 right now.
Wow.
That's huge. V1, one of the top teams in North America, easily have solidified themselves as top 4.
And some
All the power
questions for them
rankings
in the spring split as well as to whether they were going to be able to continue that trajectory. So nice to see from
Yeah.
them.
Good
There's
touch.
so many teams will have like one really good pop-off moment and then just the follow-ups not there. Not the case for version 1. Garrett G with a flip reset blocked by AJ high in the sky. Ball from Justin. I think he got actually bumped on his initial trajectory.
Scary
Now
for
Typical
Squish.
Dropped at the first killer onto the backboard. AJ's up 4. Got a
Good
little bit of
rotation
space,
from
but they have to
Garrett.
Work an angle here to get this towards the goal. Somehow first killer gets that for free. And again, still
Justin got kind
no
of,
one on the
like,
backboard, dropped
locked
the
in
goal.
place.
Oh
We're
my
fine.
goodness, Justin bailing out NRG when they did not deserve it.
They just got kind of squished together.
That pass back
No
over
one
to
was
AJ,
going.
and he just couldn't put any power on it. And I believe a pause has been called.
Okay.
And we'll figure out what's going on and get back to the game as soon as possible.
This is going to be the saving grace for. Okay, looks like there's a small technical issue on Justin's end. Should get cleaned up here pretty quickly. That last drive though, like the backboard being open the first.
That was a
time,
quick
okay,
pause because
fine,
Justin
quick
just got a
transition. Backboard being open
save, so it couldn't have
second
been like
time?
a
Hello?
big
How do you
issue,
not have
right?
Somebody up there by that point. I don't know. You've had
Two
so
of
much
them
time
had
to
no
get back.
boost. That was the Justin used the rest of his boost on the last save.
You got to get on the
Garrett-
backboard when you have no boost because you can't get up there. It's free altitude.
What you can absolutely get up there. I actually
That's what
like
I'm
how.
I'm
Yeah,
saying,
okay, I'm
like,
sorry.
you get
I
on the
misunderstood. Yeah,
backboard because you don't have boost, but being on the backboard is good, Leaf, right?
right.
If you have two hands, Leaf, and you have
So
the
I
pair-
genuinely, I'm sorry, I'm listening to you guys analyze here, but I genuinely can't get over the fact that you think a pair of hands is 4 hands.
Leaf, we're dropping it. We're dropping it.
These are my hands.
So that's what
We're
we
dropping
came
it,
in on.
Pair of them is 4 of them.
Anyways, Justin came up with the save last time,
Uh,
and against the
No,
last
yeah,
players
definitely
that they
two.
played, NRG
Definitely
Justin
two.
was literally the hero on defense for NRG.
I can see the
He
argument,
so
though.
Many clutch saves. And again, at that end, you thought FaZe was going to score. And I really like how first killer's moving around the pitch on offense. These
Fine,
touches
dog.
are all smart into areas where it's hard for NRG to get to it. They're forced to use a lot of boost on defense. They're forced to stretch. And I think first killer really, he's got his finger on the pulse of the series right now. And he's looking like the most dangerous player out there.
I think that generally is what it comes down to. I mean, if you look at when you think FaZe Clan, one of the first names that will probably pop in.
How
your
many?
head is
If we
First Killer, right?
win
that's-
this game,
I guess there's
do
only
we
3
play
that could
another
possibly-
today?
That's probably the most
Let's
likely
see,
name
what-
that would pop into your
What
head.
all do we got
because
today?
A lot of times, First Killer is leading the charge. He's one
So-
of the best players in the world, and has often been debated as the best by a lot of people. So I'm not surprised that First Killer's got this down pat and has been grinding recently to make sure that his team doesn't have that curse of always falling out in 3rd or 4th position in a regional. They want to get to the
The
end.
losers bracket round 2 will happen today. So if we lose this game,
win these regionals. They're not just here.
we'll play
to
again
be
today.
at the top 4.
But
They're
if we
here to be the
win,
best.
we don't.
It's the goal for everyone. I mean, we've seen plenty of teams, you know, have their moments where, you know, what was the last regional? Seeing the teams that made the run, like the underdog teams showing up, making their big stories. Like it's a big thing for them to even make it to top 4 at that point. But the moment you've done it once, then making top 4 is not as satisfying. You have to get the win. You have to improve always. So for both these teams, you know, just making it isn't going to cut it.
No, they do reset on the kickoff. About the halfway point in the match, or in the game, excuse me, is Justin trying to get the dunk there. I think for NRG, they got to find a way to get into these challenges. It has been difficult because, like I said, I think First Killer's really had a good eye on the blue half, and it's been tough for NRG to be in position for his touches. So he's put them away from them, but let's see how NRG can adapt after they've been able to reset on the kickoff, and First Killer misses what would have been a juicy redirect.
That was a really solid pass. Pretty unblockable shot, but just wide. The star shooter
If we win though, I'll still be curious to see how FaZe does in losers, because if they lose, then that puts us in a really good spot to make London.
NRG's got to figure out how to deal with First Killer this game, because if there was accuracy problems for FaZe previously, First Killer doesn't remember.
And another demo from Garrett as well. The pass
Good
to
pass.
Justin forces Typical to come
Good
up.
50,
First Killer
Garrett.
stuffing them in the neutral zone. AJ beating Garrett to the ball. If he can get the rebound, he just goes up, forces Squishy on
A little
the
awkward
wall.
for Squishy.
But he saw Typical
Justin.
not willing to commit on that
Good.
play. Respected Squishy on his approach. And we're kind of neutral again here as we approach the final minute. Oh no.
Trap from AJ.
He had the boost stolen from him as well. That could have been really dangerous. But right back into Typical's bumper. Not bad pass, but can't find Typical again.
Yeah, First Killer for some reason puts it to the corner. 1 minute remaining. No goals on the board for either team. I wonder if
okay.
Tries to crash it, but Justin put it just
How are we already? Oh, because this is still game 2. I forgot because there was the pause. I felt like this was game 3. I was like, how are we already 4 minutes in?
Keeping the ball high on his hood.
That was close. Good touch.
Justin will pinch it against his own backboard.
Squishy against first. Nice.
Justin putting it high.
Double. You're nuts.
Oh.
You're fucking nuts, Garrett.
NRG will be on top in game 2.
That is a clean double touch from Garrett G. Justin lays it up. Typical was a little late on his launch, and Garrett barely beats him out. Nails that follow-up touch into the net.
All right.
Excellent work from Garrett G. And not the worst time to score with 28 seconds left. Now FaZe
He's so
really got a
nutty.
stretch here at the end.
Yeah, FaZe with her easily can come back from this, but man, NRG definitely stepping up from the way we've seen them play
Good
previously.
touch.
Small touch.
Justin was like mid-flip, made that
Justin wasn't
awkward.
ready for it, but
Typical
actually
screwed up
Typical
though.
with the miss. Justin will have free ball space. It's taken away now. 5 seconds left. Back to First Killer over the top. Of
That's
Garrett.
really
Oh,
scary.
AJ,
That's
first.
Justin. All right, we're
Justin
fine. We're
with
fine.
block.
We're
No
fine.
boost for
No
AJ.
way.
He's gonna have to work
Yeah.
to keep it up. Not gonna happen. NRG tie the series.
Oh, it's always got to be interesting at the end, doesn't
This
it?
is Justin's
Oh my gosh, I
picture.
thought they had it. I saw the ball just hang time with only First Killer behind the ball, and I'm thinking, oh, he's about to slot that, but he couldn't get any power on it. He didn't have a lot of boost, and Justin comes flying out of the net to save the day for NRG. And just like that, we're all tied up after that little pause. NRG hang on to that 1-goal lead. And it's still, I mean, this, honestly, it's anyone's game. You can't pick one or another. FaZe, really good passing, but Justin's pass to Garrett was absolutely clutch. Keeps it away from Typical, has too much space to cover, giving Garrett literally pixels of space to get that double touch.
And update across
the
the board,
craziest
version 1 update,
thing to
they
me.
have completed that 3-0 over Team Envy and clinched the major. Version 1 of clinched
Envy
the
being
major.
down.
Nice.
Yeah, claps all around.
Claps in chat.
Looks
We get calm giggles on
Could be
land
interesting
once
for
again.
NRG. I think
Calm
it's
giggles in
possible they
London.
don't. Yeah, Envy hasn't clinched
They're in a
yet.
good spot as they sit in the upper semis.
If SSG,
honestly,
FaZe,
G2 do
and
what they do.
NRG
They're
all
looking
do
like they're
well,
about to
and Envy
3-0.
drops here,
And,
that could be
Space
pretty
Station
bad
actually
for
had
them.
trouble against Sonics. I think Sonics is definitely starting to show some of these top teams to watch out.
Space
Look,
Station doing
listen,
poorly is
the
good for
Sonics fans
NRG.
Continue to say, "Am I a joke to you? We just beat."
I like
Completely,
SSG,
It was
so
your entire highlight reel.
I would rather knock
and
out
now,
FaZe,
now you're
but
surprised we're doing well against Space Station here.
I'll take what I can
yeah,
get.
Sonic's definitely a team to keep an eye on here. We had a moment like this. I feel like there were moments like this in the previous events too, where like the third regional, there always is some team that doesn't really stand to gain too much from a good performance, but yet still performs so well.
Ooh, double.
And I feel like the Sonics maybe having that split here. We'll see. We'll see if they get if they beat Space.
Smart on
Station.
Garrett just to get
Be a good
back
sign
and
for
Squishy
them.
just to get out after
this
that.
could be that one regional for them
touch.
for sure. They've been chomping for so long in the lab. I was really high on that team when RLCS 2021 had first started, and they just were not able to really put it together for a while. But now you're starting to see some results. Complexity is a really good result for Sonics. They don't have a lot of results like that as we get underway. And
Ooh,
game
Justin.
number 3 of NRG versus FaZe again. Reminding you of the
You're
stakes
nuts.
for NRG. They need a top 4 placement in this regional.
He went for the
just to make
comm
the
double
major.
from Wayton's
Going
most
down
recent
to
video.
This early, it's definitely going to make life a little more difficult. So they love to beat FaZe here. Squishy's shot denied by AJ.
Justin.
One of these teams are going to drop the lowers. It's
a weird touch.
That's just how dense the region is. When all
Really?
the top teams win in round of 16, that you have your top 8 in round 2. 4 of them drop to the lowers. It's crazy.
It's nice for all those North American fans that are tired of hearing about EU depth and NA inconsistency to see these close qualifier teams playing a lot better. AJ, nice little wave landing there, but Garrett was on top of him on the challenge. Still like the use of the play. For everyone jumping at FaZe there, but so was NRG double committing. Squishy gets deleted. AJ says, "Oh no, he didn't want to pop it up like that." Garrett
I can
gets on
still
top of
smell
him.
the marker
And
on
Mr.
my
Faye has to wait as
chest.
Justin doesn't want to just give it up, but there was nowhere else for him to really put it. First killer had difficulty grabbing onto it. Now Sipical got the air dribble in front. Justin's there again. Playing a lot like game 2 did, Wave, where you see a lot of battling, a lot of challenges in the neutral zone, maybe 1 or 2 shots, but other than that, it's really hard to get some consistent pressure against either team.
Now the midfield has been pretty equal.
Banger.
Is on a miss on the backboard.
Who was that?
NRG will punish.
Who was
First
that on
goal
back?
is NRG.
Oh, first killer. A very uncharacteristic
First.
miss.
Yeah.
Here. Goes up and hits the post
Oh,
as he's
yeah,
going
yeah.
up the wall that ruins him. His approach was just
He,
a little off, and the wheel, it's very slight, but it clips him as he's on his way up. And that little minute difference is just enough to take him off the path, because he's got to be careful with where he puts that ball too. He has to be mindful of where exactly he's touching that. He doesn't want it to give it right back to NRG either. And it was just an unfortunate clip as he went up the wall.
Hit the post. Honestly, good to see pros hit the post too. It's kind of rare.
It's 90%.
It makes me feel better about when I do it.
On getting to that ball, and when the unexpected kind of foot enters into the empty space and curves inwards like that, it's very difficult to overcome. And players goes AJ not gonna make it. Wall play shot here. First killer dives for it, makes the stop. Justin now looking to connect with Garrett G. Goes to the back wall. Runs in the first killer. Typical now with the ball downfield.
FaZe are getting stuffed right now. Maybe they get it here. It's typical
That was-
cross, but I really think they just gave away possession.
I think Sipical just fucked up
He
first.
could have had the 50.
Banger.
Sipical follows that up, and
That
now
was
they get
really smart to go low.
destroyed on the turnaround. Justin puts in a goal again here.
They're
for
heating
NRG.
up, baby. They're heating up.
Not able to get away from Squishy, and AJ again. This time no post to blame. Goes for a high shot. I think he just kind of overjudges how high that ball's going to bounce. He's a little bit in front of it as well. Maybe just expecting Justin to crank the shot directly at the goal. Justin with enough time there to read AJ's positioning and bounce the ball under him for the shot. And for the first time, we got a 2-goal lead in this series. FaZe looking less and less in control
Coming up
as the
first.
series goes on against a team, again, they have yet to defeat.
And they only just picked up their 3rd shot about 10 seconds ago. There's their 4th. But for the majority of this game, they were held to 2 shots. And this is the most high-powered offense in North America. And if they're not taking shots, that's not going to get it done. No, big brain stuff there. But for FaZe, who have been just so good
He's gonna leave it.
consistently, no matter who they play against, they
Yep.
put shots on net. It's a
They do
whole
it every
other
time.
war here.
Honestly,
Maybe a fifth
it
FaZe,
seems
and
like
I
at
think it's a
some
little
point it's
pinch
got to
as
get
well.
like predictable,
First kill
right?
swings wide, gets around Justin. Garrett gets deleted. First kill's got 1 to beat, but Squishy was on top of it, and NRG kill another FaZe push.
Man, Squishy saw the demo.
Or maybe I shouldn't say they do it every time. I feel like Sipical
put
does it
everything
every
he had
time.
into the thrusters
Which brings up an interesting point. I've wondered how much pros are like aware of the specific player they're going against in each like head-to-head. Obviously, they're aware of the team.
51 seconds left. Up by 2.
I don't know.
NRG with control. FaZe in a rough situation here. Nice pop there from Sipical, but Justin immediately grounds himself and stays in the play. And this was, I don't know how FaZe gets. FaZe is struggling just to get the ball back.
Yeah, they get one touch out. First killer gets the wall here, but he gets knocked away by Squishy almost. Garrett G drills through him, and maybe that's it. Off the bar and in. Finally, they find a gap. Thanks to first killer and delivering it home with Sip.
First killer with the flip reset. Wow. Justin tries his best, but well placed. He had given some separation off that back post, creating just one lane of kind of space behind him. But the FaZe offense was able to find 1 goal game, 23 seconds left. Suddenly bringing it within reach. That one bouncing across.
Oh,
the tie game.
I'm telling you, NRG's got to stop doing this.
He's just giving that gift back to FaZe.
Yeah.
Whoopsies. There's AJ who was playing that miss. He saw it ahead of time, and he knew that he could get to that net. Big time goal for FaZe.
The NRG rotation hadn't fully formed up following kickoff, which leaves Garrett in a rough spot there. But a player as solid as Garrett should easily be able to pick up a ball moving that slowly. And 9 seconds left. NRG thought they had done everything they needed to win game 3. They're going to have to find one more goal. We've gone to an overtime once this series. Will we go again? FaZe with the last look. It drops into the ground. Overtime in game 3.
The pass was looking scary. But
you didn't see it on my face, but my stomach dropped on that pass.
A game that probably should not have gone to overtime as Justin gets deleted by first killer. Squishy tries to keep it locked. AJ had used all of his boost.
Squishy's low. Can't help yet. He's got the 100.
Got the corner boost. Got the first 50. Got the touchdown. Justin in front.
Good fake pass.
AJ and FaZe a little tenuous here on defense. Everyone's sitting on 20 or lower right now. Working on that small pad game, trying to get the clear. First killer goes with the go-ahead demo.
Yeah, and stole their boost.
FaZe trying to get that ball back out, and it's into the blue half.
First killer getting pressured by Squishy. Drops it behind.
That was a scary touch from first. Confident touch.
Now AJ trapped past 1. This one goes out to Justin.
Good dunk.
And now beats first killer, Sipical, in the back. The third man will clean it up, send it to the corner. Now Squishy off the wall. Back into the midfield for no one. AJ will pick up control.
NRG waiting for this.
Put it behind first. No, first is quick.
See Justin Alice to get it in reverse. First killer.
0 though.
Get underneath it.
They don't know that.
A lot of resource to work with there as he came down. His last
bang
pass was pretty disgusting for FaZe, but now they're back on defense. Justin whips this one across just to buy some time. Garrett was playing a loose second man there. Squishy was getting boost back, but he did his job, and Squishy gets the next touch. FaZe are in trouble. The first killer can't get back to the 50. Here comes Garrett diving.
Close.
There's difficult to close it down.
Squishy back across. First killer extends it to the corner.
Still the boost. Yep.
FaZe have been
Sips
trapped
low.
Back third for a bit here, but hold on just fine. This
bump.
Last shot
Shoot.
Squishy up for blocked again. AJ at the point of contact, high in the sky in front of his box, makes a stop. NRG trying to gain control here. Squishy not going to be able to pick up the pass.
Sip 0.
Immediately, but
yeah, but Squishy didn't know.
The ball's left loose. Garrett G to close on it. Justin now picking it up on the following challenge.
Good control touch.
Squishy blocked by first killer.
I mean, NRG's controlling this, but it's not comfy though.
Just barely makes this touch after having enough time to get back in rotation.
And the boost spawns just in time for first killer. And now he's got to go ahead downfield. Flip reset. And Garrett's on top of it. He's seen it twice already. He's not going to get fooled again. Squishy
Garrett
high. Garrett's already in the midfield. What's he got with it? Off the ceiling, and it's defended. FaZe aren't going to be that easy as they get the clear.
High in the wall. First killer will be the first one with the ball. Reaches a step. The corner over his shoulder. How about it?
An absolutely ridiculous redirect from Sipical.
Fucking pain. What the?
Pinpoint accuracy and power to boot 131 kilometers of pain. Wade Punk.
Put that one in your top 7. That one went to 11. My goodness. And FaZe just
I felt like
that.
I feel like Sip's been the kind of like inconsistent one.
2 goals
hopped off
in the
that
final
game.
30 seconds. Win it here in overtime. NRG gonna be scratching their heads.
Oh, that was such a tense overtime. Belief. I gotta know your thoughts as we look at the Mobile One high performance replay.
Well, we picked out the most interesting match again to show on the broadcast because all the other ones have come to conclusion here. It's just FaZe and NRG now that are facing off. We have the back and forth.
They say the most interesting match again. The one they had before was Ghost v Rogue, which was a 3-0.
Expect from these mechanical players, Drew.
I wonder what happened to
Yeah,
make it
I
so
mean,
interesting.
honestly, I think NRG just started to fall flat a
G2
little bit.
3-0'd
They were getting
Rogue,
some
yeah.
transitions, but
Sounds
then
about right.
all of a sudden, FaZe, they were winning those touches. They were winning the neutral battle, but it was still like it came down to a ridiculous. It came down to a sick redirect from Typical, where the net was well defended. The only reason that shot goes in is because of the power that he got on that shot. But
Wait, what happened
guaranteed,
on
that
Space
shot is
Station?
20 kilometers per hour slower. It's saved by one of the two defenders in net.
Before we continue the series on, I just want to update. As I said, all the matches in this bracket are done. Space Station do take their victory over Sonics. They finally figured out what to do. G2 3-0 Rogue.
My stripes
they
of
actually
0-0.
clinched the #1 seed for the major for NA. So congratulations to G2. More claps around the board here. Now we just have FaZe and NRG Wave.
This is the last one.
I don't think anyone
Going to
doubted that
game
G2 was going to
4.
have first seed, but
Crazy
the fact that they do
We're only in game 4
now
overtimes.
is pretty
That's
crazy.
NRG FaZe for you. That's a
Going
goal.
back and forth, but that one, a failure on defense to clear is going to leave first kill with an opportunity here.
It's a good dunk from first.
Got up for it. I mean, he did
And
really good on that play.
he's the
Really just,
finisher
Came
too.
down to that first unfortunate challenge. Where Garrett loses that. What's Squishy supposed to do after that?
Yeah. It's not Squishy's fault that he's in that spot. You'd love to see him get a better touch, but you're kind of grasping at straws at that point. Honestly, if there's one player that has really impressed me this series, it has been Squishy on the defense and just the awareness from him on both sides of the ball.
Banger. No, he didn't get that? Okay. They'd faked him anyways.
He's gonna put one in.
Garrett attaches the plow to his Octane. And
Oh,
shovels
his
out
front wheels touched
first
just a
killer out
little
of the
bit
box.
first.
See you later. And give Squishy that the clear path to the goal.
It
A
looked
nice
clean
return
from his
fire there
perspective.
Garrett G.
Only once it showed the replay was it kind of clear why it didn't work.
Anime profile pictures in this lobby.
Green, you still here?
Nowadays, Wave.
Bunch of
That's just life.
weebs, and I love them to pieces.
They say if you have the anime profile,
Wave's
picture,
calling you
shooting
out.
accuracy increases by a factor of at least 2.
I mean, it's definitely worked for FaZe.
That's a nice lob from Garrett, but first killer's there. NRG still trying to play that small ball game, popping the ball up high. Force FaZe to meet you
Justin,
in
you're going off.
midfield to win the ball.
oh.
And they've met, and they've scored! 3-point
I
passing
spoke
play.
too soon.
Typical at the end to put
All
FaZe up.
three of them connecting. AJ to first killer, back to AJ, over to Typical. Follow that one, defenders. You're getting cross-eyed, just trying to keep track of where the ball is. FaZe back on top. 3 goals in the first minute.
What's typically a very highly defensive series. But FaZe literally on the kickoff start off with the goal. Now they might get another one. Here's first killer.
No.
And AJ tries to bully him out, and he does. He's got
Hmm.
the boxing gloves out, puts one in for first killer.
Justin quaking in his boots here. He's looking at first killer. He goes, oh,
I
no,
choose
AJ.
to believe.
He doesn't have any way
I
to
choose
stop
to
first
believe.
killer after that pressure. 2-goal lead now for FaZe. Well, here's the thing. We've seen the 2-goal lead dropped already in this series, and there was significantly less time on the clock for FaZe to work with. NRG's got nearly 4 minutes here to bounce back.
Oh, Justin was hoping he could get a 50. Instead, he gave FaZe a clear. Now Typical trying to cut off Squishy's escape. Squishy gets the touch. Back to Garrett. Garrett around AJ. First killer tries to get there, but no touch from him. Justin diving forward, but nothing materializes for NRG. Squishy's got to wait in midfield. And that touch is all AJ's as he pushes the ball out. But nothing developing there for FaZe. Back to Garrett.
Garrett G blocks.
Squishy
Squishy's up for this
beats.
one as well. A double
Justin,
commit from Squishy, and
when?
Justin completely open backfield. Can Typical just put this in? He shouldn't miss. He won't. 4-1
Why?
FaZe on a catastrophic midfield position from NRG.
I mean, I saw the double, but like,
Starting to get
why?
dangerous. See Squishy getting bumped. Justin's trying to race back, but he only had 12 boosts, and that whole rotation just fell apart. On that
They've done
touch
more
out.
in less time.
This has gotten to unreachable territory.
This is that one goal makes a difference. Oh, on the outside. This, I'm not saying that playing him in the round of 8 wasn't going to make it too much for NRG, but I'm not saying that at this point. FaZe might finally get
this
the
last time too, though, and then NRG still won.
Or we get Braziled. I mean,
The cannon,
Wilson.
and he knocked down the walls.
Fuck, dude.
Let him go. Oh, and then he gets a pitch with Garrett. Justin's like, come on, bro. No way. 128 kilometers per hour on that shot.
just like straight line right to the top of the. That was what a crazy play.
My goodness. This is going to be, we saw a record-breaking overtime in the last series. We're going to need to see not a record-breaking, but a record-tying comeback for NRG to force Game 5. I think between top 8 teams, I don't think there's ever been, I don't know if there's ever been a 4-goal comeback.
At this level, I'm not sure. And that's another one. Oh,
so close.
It looked pretty, that one looked tasty.
Yeah.
But, you know, this has to feel so good for FaZe. You really got the game in hand right now. You haven't beat NRG in 6 months. Like, this is definitely cathartic right now.
Yeah, dude. It got bad quick.
Able to figure out what makes this NRG team tick, why they can't seem to beat them. And now, they're really proving it in this best of 5. They just got to hold on to this lead with 2 minutes left. How FaZe look, it's looking like FaZe are really going to take it.
Justin, outside AJ. Gonna get the flip reset, and he's just burning time at this point. FaZe can easily go into clock burn mode here, and they're not even having to at this point. They're getting so much space from NRG.
All right, so I mean now what it comes down to is like a goated losers run,
They just even keep energy,
which is possible. I mean, I'm glad that there is a chance for losers,
when you're
but
facing this level of a lead across all matches in a best of in this situation.
it is looking likely that this is the first event that Garrett doesn't qualify
to look at this
for.
situation and make it 5.
Ever.
Make it 5. It's over.
Yeah.
They might Brazil.
Now it's a 0% chance. The minute 7 left, and the wheels have definitely fallen off the wagon here for NRG. AJ picks up the demo, and that was the gap. I mean, even if AJ doesn't get that demo, that still is going to be a tough save. It was well placed. I mean, this FaZe team is looking on point right now. I said before, the only thing that held FaZe back in that last best of 5 they played against NRG was their shooting. That has been, there's been 0 problems with the shooting, especially in this game. You got 10 shots and you have 6 goals. That is the kind of efficiency you want to see from a team that has by far and away taken the most shots per game in an NA RLCS. That's the kind of offensive output you want to see against NRG, who have historically been very good on defense, and that's why FaZe have never
Crazy
been
how
able to
you could
break.
like
But now
if someone tuned in for
Brazil
just
at
this
point.
game, like what that would look like.
I've been quiet here because I was
What
trying
story
to find
that would
a
tell
timeline in
for the
which this stuff
series.
work out for NRG, and in my extensive research, that timeline hasn't been created yet.
You went through 14 million options and came up with 0.
Just don't get Braziled. That's the goal right now.
This game 4.
Well, certainly not now.
If they thwart the Brazil here, this is good. As long as
Exactly,
Right,
Wayfun.
keep it
pick me
away.
up. Exactly.
There were a couple
take the wins where you
universes
can get
that
'em.
happened though.
Well, FaZe do what they haven't been able to do
no.
for
Oh, no.
months.
Squishy almost looked like he wanted to get Brazil. Like he just felt like he deserved it or something. Like he shot out of his neck. I know he didn't really, but it kind of looked like it.
If you're a FaZe fan.
Boys, I'm not saying I called it, but like,
Ugh.
good job. Just
All right, we have.
You're pretty good, Wave. You're pretty good.
I'm pretty good at this job. Just like,
The good thing is
this
that
team's really good at playing Rocket League.
they have not been putting our predictions on the board, so really you could pull a Gibbs and just say whatever you want. There's no
like that.
screenshots that can come back.
There's a video record. Let the record show I did not perjure myself.
Yeah, they got a clip. They got a clip.
Absolutely there. Man, the goals from FaZe in this final game, and again, going back to game 3, the overtime winner. I'm still thinking about that shot out of the corner. Like FaZe came up in a new level. If
Honestly,
accuracy was the
looking at
problem last
lowers
time,
round
they
1, I don't think there's a
absolutely
single
figured that
match
out
that I'm
between-
interested in
last week and a half.
seeing.
Yeah, and now NRG go down to the lower bracket. Again, they need a minimum.
Because none of
top
lowers
4
round
to make
1
the
has
major.
like
That's the bar
a
right
hard
now
out
for this team.
touched.
And it's just gotten a little bit harder. It would have been in a wonderful spot.
Yeah, I don't know.
Winning
Because
this
like,
match
we have
against FaZe,
randoms
but
versus
now
Ghost Gaming.
You're in the
We have,
scrum down there. It's not pretty down in that lower bracket.
PK
Yeah,
Knights
my question then to you guys is: do you feel like
versus a
this
crew.
is an NRG wave
Shopify,
that is going to be a top 4
Complexity,
NRG
and
from what we just
Stromboli
saw?
versus Oxygen. Like,
Man.
none of those are really all that super
I don't
interesting to
know.
me.
It is really
I'll probably
hard
just stay on the
to
mainstream
understand. I think if I'm
let
doing my math correctly, they're
decide
facing
for me.
the winner between Shopify and Complexity.
That's correct.
If they get a Complexity that rallies against Shopify and is able to bounce back, I'm
Anything
worried.
can happen
I am
down
worried.
there,
But
man.
between games, I am gonna go throw some
What we're
food
gonna
in
find out, and
my
that is the match
toaster
we'll be
oven.
taking a
'cause
look
I
at.
am
Shopify
hungry.
Rebellion
I'm a hungry
Complexity
boy.
coming up after the break. More Rocket League action and coming
Or-
your way, so do not go anywhere.
Yeah, I will be. I will be right back.
This might not be your car. And this might not be your engine. Maybe this isn't your morning routine. And maybe these aren't your coworkers. Perhaps these aren't your standard driving conditions. Far from it. But this is your oil, which means you're one of us, doesn't it? For serious engines, on and off the track, upgrade to Mobil 1.
Alrighty. Honestly, let's see, they're doing complexity Shopify up. I don't know. I may actually just play Rocket League during this section, because I don't know. I have zero opinion on what happens. We'll do what do I want to do? We'll work on Kaizo for a bit. Oh wait, I forgot I can't stream this map. It gets hella choppy. For some reason. Yeah, it turns into a slideshow. Well, never mind. I guess we'll watch RLCS again.
You're the unique among the uncommon. You fought for our freedoms. Your
I do need
bravery
to use
and
the
leadership
restroom
is
real quick though,
celebrated by all
between
Americans.
matches.
At Grand Canyon University, we recognize your commitment to excellence. Our commitment is to deliver modern online degree programs that can help you or your spouse pursue the next step in your journey. We salute you. God bless America. Find your purpose at GCU. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/military.
Game world or real world, seatbelts save lives.
Hot take. Following the crowd isn't so bad. All those crowd followers probably know something that we don't. Like the hipsters who put oat milk in coffee. Delicious. Like all those people who said punk rock was back, and then Machine Gun Kelly went #1. So, those 10,000 people with hemophilia A who have been treated with Hemlibra, they might be onto something. Find out why 10,000 people have been treated with Hemlibra worldwide.
Get tools, home goods, desserts, and a proper farewell. All from your neighborhood. DoorDash.
All right, girls, let's go. Let's go. Come on, ladies.
Tallulah, come on, the bus is about to leave.
Oh, hi, buddy. Thank you.
Come on, we gotta go.
They're adding me right now.
Yeah, I remember.
In the future, we'll travel to incredible places
Oh, how many
with
ads
the
to
help of
say?
magical technology.
Oh, just one. Okay.
What about today? I want my magical future now.
An RLCS. Okay, okay, I see, I see. It's the Nissan one.
Rocks to climb, sights to see, and flights to catch. I can't wait for what tomorrow will bring. But in the meantime,
why?
Let's enjoy the
I
ride.
didn't want a bite. I wanted a high five. Yeah, kind of like that. Kinda. Yeah, just like that. Thank you. Hey, what?
This might not be your car. And this might not be your engine. Maybe this isn't your morning routine. And maybe these aren't your coworkers. Perhaps these aren't your standard driving conditions. Far from it. But this is your oil, which means you're one
They're
of
not
us.
playing until
For serious
3:15.
on and on.
They just had a break until then. Yeah, should break till then. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah. Can I see your ball? Can I see your ball? Yeah? Come here. Come here. No?
Welcome back to the Rocket League Championship Series, brought to you by Verizon. We are on day 1 here of the Nissan Classic. I'm Leaf, and I have new friends, Spaceman and Cheese, to carry us through the rest of the day. Thank goodness, because the math going on before was honestly
astounding.
hurting my soul, Chiefs.
Oh no, that's tragic. I'm sorry, Leaf. Are you okay now? Have you recovered? Was the break enough?
I'm hoping so. Spaceman, can you keep me calm and collected here?
Yeah, you think my math's gonna be better when those knuckleheads are
Absolutely
putting
not.
up? It's gonna get worse, bro.
Absolutely.
Okay, here's what we do.
We have a few matches down now. We're heading into the lower bracket here. Day 1 of the Nissan Classic. Let's take a look at where we've ended up.
It's gonna shrink
the
this stream and then just play.
Upper quarterfinals where we had like the top 8 teams that I would expect to be the top 8 teams, but now some of them are down in the lower bracket.
It went normal-ish for once. at long last. It's been a while, I felt like, since North America wasn't having a
I feel like V1 3-0ing Envy is like NRG's best shot.
And
even if NV was
have
third in the
an interesting
rankings.
run down there in the lower brackets, considering they gave NRG a run for their money. So I'm looking forward to see how these lower round ones go, especially with a team like Randoms, who I've seen a few times in some other community tournaments, along with A Crew. So lower bracket could get quite spicy quite quickly.
All right, absolutely can. Let's talk about that first match that we're going to be watching here. Rebellion versus Complexity. This is interesting for Complexity. They just came off their match against
What's up, Atticus? How are you?
3-1 Spaceman. Sonics looks like they're becoming a contender, but you do expect Complexity to
And
be
secondary
able to
question, who do you root
the
for?
question comes down to is the inconsistency back for this Complexity roster, which was never really a big factor for them. They had been hovering around top 6 and competing against the top 4 in North America for quite some time. But yet again, we get in a situation where Complexity's destiny is once more in their own hands, and it's going to be a tough one because if they do lose to Shopify, they are out of major contention coming forward. So this is a big matchup, not only just for the weekend's sake, but their future potentially getting to the major.
This is a big one in chat. I want to know what you think about it. Verizon fan vote on the board right now. #SR, #COL. Are we going to find?
I don't follow much esports to know. And fair enough.
Strong for their major spot here. Or Shopify Rebellion going to.
I used to be better about watching RLCS regularly, but more recently I've worked weekends a lot and stuff, so haven't gotten to watch live since I think Winter Major.
And then they haven't been able to pull it back since that point. Do you think they carry on through the
usually root NRG if they're playing,
So
and then after that I have a few B teams.
But I think in general, I like the way
This one's North America.
I feel fairly confident. That being said, you never know.
So some B teams. I like V1.
Time to absolutely pop off.
I like
through the back line, so perhaps.
I'd say that's probably like my true B team, and then after that, I like SSG.
Have to favor Complexity here.
Okay, Complexity is his favorite. How about you, Spaceman?
Yeah, I think that going down the stretch, Complexity will have a better end to this series than a start. I could see this going 5, this going the distance, and I believe that no matter how good Razebull is, it really comes down to me for Shad. If Shad
of the other top teams in NA, like I have nothing against G2, I have nothing against Envy. I was saying earlier, I'm not a huge FaZe fan, mostly because I don't like the org, not because I don't like the players.
Right? I have to feel like they keep it alive, so I think they'll do it too. The question is, chat.
Do you like SSG?
We have you guys back in Vamos here.
Yeah, I like them a good bit. I used to really not, because Reddles, he talks a lot, but
there's only 3 of us, so if we weren't at least
75%,
we'd look stupid.
But no, I think it's like in a good. He's like a heel in a good way, not in like a asshole way. So I like him a good bit now.
Dreams stay alive in this bracket.
Yeah, their dreams very much do come down to how heavy can they hold this weight? What is the weight that they can put on their hands? There's an analogy in there somewhere, and I just want to get into the game because I know Chiefs and I are ready.
Is the structure of Complexity strong enough to bear the burden?
Show me the molecules in your skin.
You'll find the analogy.
I am so excited to get into this one.
I haven't seen Rebellion play in a while. I didn't realize that that's still where memory was.
It's gonna be a tough one getting started. One of the key factors.
I wonder where's Rapid these days. I'm gonna look that up.
Chad just wants a
I'm not sure where he is anymore.
Raisbull and Parth, I mean, he was just going for a challenge all the way, ended up winning it clean through the
Oh, he's on
defense and
XSAT
just
right now.
quick recovery to pop it in target. Couldn't
How
ask
long ago
for a
did he
better
leave?
start if you were Rebellion. Love it from Parth.
A month
plenty
a month
early on,
ago.
14
He
seconds in
moved
already,
from
you're seeing
Shopify to XSAT.
of what Shopify can do. They've had some pretty good runs as of late, and it seems like the team's finally gelling together as the late stage continues on here in the spring split. What a good time to do it with the major coming up in just a couple of weeks. Memory trying to take it off the side
Where does
wall. Won't get
I know
with
that
the
complexity is like
if you're a Complexity
7th
fan going
in
into this
rankings
matchup,
right now,
I'll
I
tell you what's
think.
one key factor for them, the key
I
to
don't
victory
know
in this
where
series, they need to do well outside
Shopify
the hook
is.
shots.
Let's see,
So the real big thing
RLCS.
for me is actually how physical they get once they get over
Standings,
on this orange side. I actually
rankings,
expect Jordan, Parth, and Memory to have a pretty
Spring,
decent midfield
North
approach to how
America.
to challenge complexity. And I think if they really start pressing over on that orange half, and physicality is going to play a big part in them getting through that back line.
Let's see.
We're looking for that sidewall to at least apply pressure down to the other side. And we'll be
Oh, God.
by Shad towards the midfield.
Shopify's
He flies up to the
19th
other
right now?
Jason Pad will get full boost.
Weren't
You're
they
seeing
like
that
really
pressure
good a couple
continue on
splits
for the boys
ago?
in blue
How
as
did they do in
Complexity looking
fall?
for another quality shot. There's Parth with a demo, but the defense certainly holding on strong for the moment.
18th.
Shopify doing what they can to clear the ball away. Jordan will get it back downfield. He has
9th
Memory in
in
the wing,
winter,
ready
so
and
maybe that's
waiting.
what I'm thinking
AGG
about.
cuts it back to midfield.
I feel like
So
there was a
vying
period
for
where they
spots
looked
for both
really
teams.
good.
Not a lot of clean
Or maybe I'm
structure
just
up
thinking
front
all the way
for
back
both,
to when
but
they had
that's
beast
a great
mode.
redirect and a great pass as Raisbull closes it down.
Now, that's just not fair. There's a problem here on the back line for Parth. He has to be wary of the demo, but also as soon as he sees AJG cut left, has been to be wary of the redirect too, and add in a tough bounce off the post. I don't think there's any chance he was going to keep anything out of the net there. Very well played from Complexity.
It feels like it's only a matter of time before we do see Raisbull get involved, especially early on. But off the kickoff, Shad does take it, looking for the fake. It will be there, but Shopify do read it. Tie game with still a half a game to play here in number 1. This is a best of 5 to continue on. So if you're just joining us, welcome into the lower side. This is lower round 1. And Complexity have to win this series to make it towards the spring major. For Shopify, a lot still on their plate. Parth cutting it down. The pass to Memory will be saved easily, and Complexity play it to the corner.
The reason I'm talking about physicality for Complexity over on that offensive side of things, it's really, I think it comes down to how well Rebellion are coordinated on defense. They really don't get too out of line with each other. There's not a lot of double commits. It's a very conservative defensive approach. That doesn't mean to say it's not proactive or can't go out and challenge the ball. It's just very well structured. That's why I think that
What makes you lean SSG
hyper-aggression
out, I
of
guess?
Complexity could have a few
Any like a
troubles and
particular
snags
player you
trying
like, or
to
just
really break down
the org, or
somebody's,
what?
consistent on defense as Rebellion is, and that's why I think physicality is going to be fairly important for them to get through on a consistent basis.
Yeah, there hasn't been a lot of volleys for Complexity where Raisbull can escape upfield, but you do have Shad working off the backboard. That one should hang precariously at midfield. Shot will be saved by Parth, so the defense, once again,
Just like the
on
players, that's
backboard. You
fair.
Look at the pressure now towards the midfield line. It's Parth and Jordan trying to escape. But here comes Shad with the take.
feel like they
will burn a bit towards the front goal line, saved by Memory. Raisbull.
I mean, maybe like a little less so Daniel in this respect, but like Reynolds and Arsenal both do like a good job at kind of like creating content and making their personalities known and stuff. Whereas like, for example, really all 6 of these players, like I don't know anything about their personalities.
Rebellion have to burn to keep Complexity out of the net. The answer
Maybe
is
not
enough
quite
this
as much
time.
memory,
Huge
just because he's been
cross
around
from
so long.
Raisbull to
But the other
Shad.
5, I don't
Gets away
really
from
know
Jordan,
much.
And Shad, totally uncontested. No chance he's going to miss that one.
Yeah, you give one, you take one. That was a great split back up midfield. All that pressure on the left side wall, but you're able to escape, move the ball laterally, and all of a sudden you have an open look towards the net. So Complexity do take the lead. Still plenty of time, though. And it feels like Shopify have been knocking on the door of an opportunity. Yes, it's been isolated hits towards the backboard, but that pressure through the corners has really paid dividends as they found more and more opportunities.
I would love to see Complexity start doing well again. I liked that storyline in the fall. It's kind of ended since then.
Want to get the ball back out.
Feeds right back into the problem I was worried Rebellion might have with how much time I expect them to spend on defense in this series. The counterattacks may not quite have enough in the tank to really get the job done, and that's why you felt on that 2-on-1 so important for them to convert, because you're not really sure how many.
Dude, I have no clue. So if you look back at like
of Shopify players as they yet again cut it down at midfield.
If you look back at some of the like season 1, season 2 RLCSs, like it genuinely looks very much like
Complexity getting very comfortable with these touches, and we just go back to Boomer.
It's like maybe like lower mid today's GC like decision making with like Champ one
Big
mechanics
whiff there.
is what it kind of looks
Everybody,
like to me, at
unfortunately,
least.
Complexity with that miss. Rebellion couldn't cover
So
the
to
distance
imagine
in
how
time.
it'll continue
40
to
seconds, but
evolve
they
is
are
just
through the
absurd.
midfield here. Can they string it together?
Another takeaway from Complexity. Memory up to meet this one. Just an iota of space would allow this ball to sneak its way through. There's a potential shot from Parth. Cut down
Let's see, wait,
immediately. The
who does
challenge in 50,
NRG?
going the way of Complexity. Raise ball through the corner.
I mean, I know we don't know who they
AJG,
play
Memory
yet,
cuts it
but
down
let's
in
see
the
who
slow,
they
small
who
pinch on
their
the back wall,
options
but not
are.
enough boost to continue to play. There's a center, but where's the extra challenge as Raise ball flips
So
it
they
right to the back
play-
court? Anyone else around for Complexity? No. A breakaway chance could be here. They'll cut it down. Shad continuing. You
They
need
play
possession.
the winner
If
of
you
this
are
game.
up,
So actually,
they
this
got
game
1
does
second.
matter.
It will go in just
Oh, it's
for
in.
security. It's a doggy bag goal. They get it on the road.
That was a kind of
3-1
crazy
winning
0-second
game
goal.
Thought that one was gonna
I
touch
like
the ground
NRG.
before
That's
it quite
definitely
hit
my
zero. It was quite
my
close,
first
but Raise Bull will
first
collect his second
that
goal
looked
of
like
the
it hit
game, and
ground.
9 shots
My
for
first
Complexity,
first love as
5
far as
for
team.
Rebellion. Plays
I liked
out
C9
about
back
how
in the day.
expected.
I've always
There were a
thought
couple
Justin's
opportunities
gameplay
there
is
for Rebellion
sick,
to
and
maybe
then
have a chance. It just came
so
down to
Squishy kind of coming
execution
over,
on
and
the
then
offensive side, and
the
fortunately
more
for
I
them,
watched
quite
them
enough to get
individually,
done
the
in
more I
game
started
one.
to
I
like
think
their
going
personalities as
forward,
well.
I wouldn't expect too many differences.
I don't
I
know.
think both teams probably played a game that they were quite happy to play.
I think I would have a hard time
Rebellion just
like.
knows that, okay, one of those
I've
goals
never
got
been
in
like an
because we just
org
scraped
follower.
away
I've been
on
more of like a
challenge,
player
and now we
follower,
got
kind of like you were
through.
saying with
Another one
SSG.
gets through on what
I'd
do
have
you
a
do
hard
on this
time
post
if the team
bounce? How do you
split, like
handle
knowing
that?
who to root
And then
for.
this last one's garbage time. We were just trying to stretch it and make it work.
What's up,
I
Bill?
don't think Rebellion's sitting there, man, we got absolutely outplayed. I think they're very happy to be like, yeah, sure, bring us the ball
Aye.
and we'll see if we can beat you on a counterattack. And that's definitely the game Complexity likes to play. Yeah, pressure, pressure, pressure. We love that. That's good.
I will say, my job's going to be incredibly boring right now. The bracket's looking like it should. I'd say the only thing is maybe Ghost going down to randoms. They're down
SSG
1-0
most,
right
NRG
now.
second most.
You know, randoms is a solid team, but we
Kind of
obviously
almost
do
like
expect
the
Ghost to,
reverse of me,
you know,
where
try
I'm
to
NRG
step up
most,
into
and
those
then
top
I
eight
kind of put
spots,
V1
but,
and
yeah,
SSG
Matt,
like
everything
in a
else kind
similar
of,
second place
shit space,
plane for me.
Yeah, we're having him.
I'm good, Bill.
Hanging out.
Thanks.
NRG's last
team. I wouldn't
set
say
made
it's
me
a
a
team.
little
I
less
wouldn't
good,
represent too
but
special, but you're saying like
I'm
go
good.
should
How are you?
absolutely clap. And it's like I don't know. I've seen some games of randoms, and that's fair. But Two Piece is he's good. I watched a couple series of him the other day, and he's got some real mechanics behind him. So
I stopped trying to
randoms-
predict things after the first regional. I've given up, dude. There's no chance. Well, game 1 win for Complexity. It was pretty consistent throughout. I think that's the best way to put it. They didn't really seem too pressured. Was looking for the offense to flourish a little bit more.
This
for
is
Shopify, but
kind of
they
almost
put it
looking
out.
like
They
a
don't forget
3-0.
to. Big question comes in: what are the adjustments needed to be made? If you are Shopify, I think the physicality was
Or at least
lacking
I don't
towards
know.
the
I mean, maybe
backboard,
that's
and when it
too
came
early to
those
call
second
that, but
offensive
Complexity
rebounds,
looked good.
They just didn't have a lot of creativity once the offense got upfield.
That would probably be their biggest adjustment to make over on the follow through side of things. Because like, yeah, here's the
Who did
strong
Complexity
clear,
lose
Memory's
to
gonna win
get
this
here?
ball, but now's your structure kind of falling
They
apart.
lost to
Parth is playing
Sonics.
real close without any guarantees
That's
of Jordan
not the
actually winning a ball, and
best
that's probably
look.
the biggest improvement that Shopify could make in terms of how they regain and control the ball as they move on to the blue half, with a little bit more care taken to make sure that possession stays with them.
They're trying to play it high, but it was immediately met. Great 50 there by Shopify. Get back towards the blue side. There's a shot. AJG reading it.
Because now, with how the bracket's
sometimes where,
looking,
it feels like Shopify finally has
Phase
the engine
and
going. You had 2 up at a time.
Station
You keep kind of one back in
are,
rotation, but
what, top
they
6,
take
right?
a quick shot, immediately fall back and play off of whatever the offense looks like for Complexity. So here's another chance. Jordan circling through the midfield. He'll get a demo. There's Memory for the shot and the bump to get it through. Finally,
yeah,
Shopify
they're in
has
top
something.
6 now.
Scrappy, to be
So for
sure,
NRG to
Parth, a
outscore
really
them
nice
by
job here,
100 is
picking
like
apart the
almost
open
not going
backward,
to
shoving
happen.
Raiseball to the floor. You'd
I
hope
think it's
Memory
still
would shoot it in a
technically
place where they
possible,
couldn't
but
quite get it,
it's
but thankfully was able to get the
super
follow-through dunk,
unlikely.
despite shooting it right at the.
I think their best bet is Envy loses to
good opening
Ghost,
move again from Rebellion.
and they make a deep losers
First on the
run.
board 2 games in a row now, but didn't help them too much in the previous one. Pass to Shad, bullet towards net, saved by Jordan.
Oh man, those touches right off the point of contact where the most power as it arcs down is so tough to read, but credit to the Shopify defense being able to step up and meet those challenges. So Shad will take it off the ceiling. Thinking about a team pinch, will not connect. Cut down by Parth. Possession still here for Complexity, but finally some semblance of stabilization through the blue line we go. Shad trying to play through the corner. He will do so. The pressure now mounting as it looks like Shopify are pushing more numbers up towards midfield, 2 at a time. Now one left in the goal line. Raise Bull towards the back wall. Can't find the touch. Cut down immediately.
G2 is 3-0'd their way through the bracket so far. V1's not too far behind that, 3-1 and 3-0.
Want to get that ball to the midfield line and
Space
then cut
Station
it straight
same,
across the middle
3-1
of
and
the pitch to
3-0.
try and spread that Shopify defense out as much as possible and see if they can worm their way through.
What's
those
that
gaps
wall
that they
dash?
created, and I definitely like that approach.
It's weird how that's just getting added into like all this like pro play now, but every time I see people doing it, it seems kind of pointless.
He's taking everybody out and
But
utilizing all the
I'm sure they understand better, obviously,
great
than
job
me.
by
So.
Memory to read that 50, get back down to the ground and keep it at least where possession can be maintained before Shad pops it high. It should be Jordan who will meet it through the corner. He will. Shopify looking for another shot to go on early on in this game number 2. And credit to them, they've kept the pressure hot and they have not let off the gas.
A lot of time.
That's an
remaining,
awkward
though,
double.
Rebellion. This is quite the push. There's a huge demo. Memory didn't believe it. Was thinking the boost steal would be the more equitable choice in terms of denying opportunities to their opponent. Unfortunately, the teammate came up with a big play at the wrong time and free ball now for Complexity.
AJG is bullying on the back wall. Keep an eye on him as he gets a couple of quick bumps that could lead way.
I agree, Atticus. I get confused on pro rotations a lot. Like I was saying before you hopped in about NRG, I kept noticing them like shadowing near post, which makes sense, but then 180 like on near post. And I don't know, like it never works out for me, but I'm sure there's something I just don't understand. Great shot. Great shot.
I'm trying to figure out why the defense just backs off. Yeah, Memory gets beat. Okay, Jordan's heading back. Oh, because Parth was initially just raw jumping to block a quick shot.
That was a little weird.
So he couldn't turn around. Razebull's like, awesome.
Parth kind of
Extra
messed
space.
him up.
Perfect shot, top of the net. Ding, ding, we're tied up.
It looked a little too easy. Even in
I was
the
just
replay.
so confused. I was just like, how did he just, like, why did they all just drive away? And it's like, oh, well, he wasn't driving. He was jumping by him.
That's where the caster math comes in. It's like, there was 3 and now there's none. Where did that go? Off the backboard.
Ooh.
Shopify looking to corral this back down to the ground. They've given away possession pretty often as of late, but that is credit to Complexity's resolve, especially in those tight situations into the corner where they have found ways to get physical. There's another pass, what could lead way to a raise ball possession, but instead, cut down. Memory, gonna play it through the demo. Looking for a center, maybe a one-on-one. There's the wrap around the corner. It works.
The setup is good. Like, he gets the dribble through the defender in the midfield, gets the cut across.
That's scary.
The net, and no one's there for it. And
okay.
Now they hit the second one. That
there
one
it is.
thankfully bounces straight back
Confusing
into
that
Parth's
was confused
waiting
teammates in
arms,
ranked, but work with
man,
cons and
this
school to see.
one
Yeah, that's
didn't find
true.
its way to
That's
the
very
back
true.
either. You're just like, boy, Shopify can't buy a
One
goal.
thing that like
Thankfully, it came
I've seen a lot of
through.
people talk about it, so it's not like an original thought of mine. Like one thing that people have started doing a lot recently is like air dribbling and then leaving it for like a banger from their teammate.
Will it continue that way?
Which is very interesting. It's like you say, with randoms that would never
Memory
work.
right through. Shopify 3-1.
You knew it was coming as soon as that ball.
Well, I was
That
wrong
one
about the
from Razebull,
3-0.
Jordan just hit it so square, and you saw how fast Memory was. I think he was thinking he was going to.
Unless something crazy happens.
He was just able to follow through on the trajectory, but you knew he was set up on top of the ball. He was going to be able to drive it right through the defender on the goal line. Great play from Memory. A little aggressive, but they don't care as long as they score.
This was a great response in game 2 to keep the series going.
So I just said, unless something crazy happens.
Shopify get it done 3-1 on Aquadome. And the aggressiveness finally starts paying off. Memory with the last goal in this game, but you're looking at least the spread across the board, right? Like 2 goals, 3 saves for Memory on 1 shot, which is interesting. But all the way down, you get 3 shots for Jordan. And that's kind of the way it works. 2 assists, the facilitator.
Fair game, yeah. They are
shot
cool.
lead for Complexity as well.
Sometimes I do feel like I was saying earlier when FaZe was playing, like I noticed Typical do it quite a few times, and it kind of made me wonder, like,
a little more physical, which is what I wanted.
I don't know if it starts to become
In
predictable.
terms of allowing
But then
you
as
to
soon
one
as it
shot
starts to
on
become
target, not
predictable,
this
just
time. I
don't
love
leave
that
it,
Rebellion ability
and
to
then
feed the
you're
ball
throwing them off again. I
down the
guess
screen a couple
I don't know.
times
It all
just to
becomes
make
like a
some-
mind game.
Leaf, how are you feeling after seeing 2 games? You kind of scratching your head a little
One of my
bit?
roommates
You're
made a
like, yeah,
point
okay,
the other
fine.
day that
Well, yeah, that's my
Rocket
question.
League
I
is
was-
weirdly a
Well, it's
lot
my
like
job
a
to ask the
fighting
question.
game because like everything turns
I
into
was
like
gonna
mind
ask you
games
guys
and
how we
things
feel
and
about,
like
complexity
like
now moving
I
through
don't
this
know.
lower bracket. I mean, obviously, it's important, and their journey's not going to get easier with NRG waiting for them next, too, right? So, you know, Spaceman, are we still feeling like, okay, this is a complexity that's going to be able to?
I think
keep
maybe a
on through that
little
lower
less
bracket?
so on in threes for that point.
Unfortunately, that question is reliant entirely on how the
For games become a bit more defensive. I could see that because you watch like FaZe, who has an absurd offense, but like they're like consistently getting fourth, which is obviously really good.
It just comes down to whether or not complexity can.
But like it's not the like constant firsts and seconds that people thought was gonna happen when they first picked up Typical.
I do think Rebellion is actually quite an interesting team to kind of test them against because, as I said, it is a.
I think some of that is because they have
well-structured
3
defense, and
players that
that's
were
probably
all
the
kind of
biggest
like the
problem
stars of their
Complexity has
respective
broken down
teams,
is
but like that becomes hard
well-structured
because then
defenses
how
because,
do
you know,
you
they don't
like Typical kind of
overcommit
seems
for
like he's
anything
trying to
really
take
and
that like
make sure that they get a decent
slightly
touch in
more
general, and
defensive
it's tough to beat teams
play
like that,
style,
even if they
but
are the 3 better
I don't know
mechanical
when they
players,
all
I
had
would
such
say,
similar
overall on the
play styles, or
Complexity
kind
side.
of. I mean, I can't say
The ability
similar,
to
but
consistently break teams down,
similar
like
aggression at
Rebellion,
least.
like NRG and teams with those very
difficult.
well-structured defenses has always been a real tough sticking point.
Difficult
for
to
them.
team
They
together.
work quite
I saw
hard.
someone ask recently on like a Reddit thread about if First Killer Beast Mode and Daniel could like could be a really good team. I'm curious actually y'all's take on that. My take is that Daniel needs more time with experienced players.
And yet again, we'll remind
But
you of the stat. If
but I commented
Complexity
that,
wins
and
the
some
series
people were
regardless
saying
if
like,
it's
well, no,
2
because like
games or
First Killer's
3,
experienced
they
at
will
this
clinch
point.
a
And I was
major
like,
qualification spot.
maybe.
So this does mean a lot.
I don't know.
Just for the sake of the best of 5. But so far, it has been back and forth, a tug of war at midfield as Parth and AJ fight for possession. Now wrestled down by Memory with a redirect towards the corner, but Jordan couldn't get near the ball before Shad cuts it away. AJG just flips it towards the net. But, you know, you talk about that structured defense that Complexity have struggled to get through. Do you think that it then goes on the other side of the field? How did Parth make that read off the backboard?
Well, Memory gets a huge flick, and Parth just
Honestly,
cuts
I
through,
think
and believe it or
NRG
not,
has a
the only
better
reason he
chance
gets
against
through here is
Rebellion.
as he turned around, that
So if
midfield
Rebellion
boost
wins, I'm not too
spawned
upset
as
about
he
it.
was heading up
But
the
I do
wall.
like
Could not
Complexity
ask
a
for
little,
better timing.
like little more than
Otherwise, he's gonna be
Rebellion.
dead in the water on that attempt. So
Very
found a
little
small
more. I
gap
really
on
don't have a
very quick
strong opinion on this
counterattack and
matchup.
Had just the right timing to make it work.
Quick update. Complexity need to finish second at minimum for major. So I have been corrected. Thank you, production. I appreciate you.
Jeez.
They're here to rail us in, you know.
Yeah,
we wouldn't make it a day without them telling us foul.
I'm right at least 90% of the time, 10% of the time. AJG,
Oh my
cut
God!
it down.
I thought you guys said you're better at math.
No,
I warned you when I came
Spaceman
on.
Oh, that's true.
specifically said he was
Spaceman warned
not.
us this would happen. Oh, yeah, that's true.
I literally warned you.
That's true.
That's all right.
It's okay.
Now the bit is fulfilled.
Well, so far, it's been all of Shopify. Early goal, early possession, and so far the pressure has mounted, continued. Looking for a pass to Jordan. Jordan can't meet it over Ray's Bowl, cut down. A lot of individual challenges and 50 wins here for Complexity.
Control. Oof. And I'd like to see Complexity take a little more control of this ball. Like right there, the punt, like, yeah, it finds AJG, but look at how hard he has to hit it.
Wow.
That's really the failure point that Complexity pushed down the
I
field.
can't
It's
believe
like,
that
okay,
almost
yeah,
worked
you've got
out.
to win, but you've
It looked
also
really
essentially
bad for
given up the
Rebellion.
ball, or at least don't have any guarantee of keeping hold of it. That's kind of the criticism we had of Rebellion after game 1, and now they get an air dribble, and now it's stuck right next to the backboard, and control is definitely the way to go for a team.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna say that makes sense. That connects.
He's what? Why?
We don't have to look at it again.
Ah.
Ew.
Like he was so far back, the ball wasn't even going fast. I don't understand why he jumped so early with that particular line. I don't know what they were afraid of. That was just weird.
Yeah. Jeez.
Oof.
Well, that's a rough one, but Complexity still have time to potentially work their way back into this game. I mean, certainly a defensive mistake like that hurts in the moment. You have to be able to
Especially
hit the
90 seconds left. Like,
got to hit the regain really fast, especially this middle part of the series where momentum really does mean everything.
Yeah.
AJG will try to race it down off the back wall. He will grab full boost resources here for the moment. Back to midfield. You have Shad ready and waiting, looking for a bump, cut down, high to the backboard. It slows the momentum of complexity and just kills the play as quickly as it starts.
I like the idea, though, trying to take it back away across the goal line, back to a teammate. Unfortunately, nobody's quite ready, but at
This
this
feels
point,
a
you may
little
just see
spaghetti.
Complexity throw caution to the winds and just dive at everything, which generally, more often than not, tends to be pretty good for them. But
Yeah.
collide in the midfield.
As I say, it's like falling apart a little bit between that defensiveness from AJG and then like I think it was Shad just like waiting on boost for a while, ended up not getting it.
AJG just puts it on the silver platter.
Then bumping each other.
That much free space from Parth.
Yeah,
They're from different regions, but I feel like see First Killer's insane individual ability, meet Monkeyman's insane team play. Each of on the same team would be really cool to see. I think that would be really cool to see. I don't know who. I don't know who First Killer would replace.
As we've seen,
because like
already, right place, right time.
Seiko is obviously insane. Individually, I would say more so than Extra, but I feel like Extra and Monkey Moon have that like chemistry.
Great pass.
So maybe he'd have to play Seiko for that to work well.
Get his wheel on the outside of the ball to keep it down, but it
I
just
don't know.
doesn't amount to much. Now it seems like the narrative we had started at the beginning of the series has started to flip.
I mean, it is interesting though to like think about that sort of thing though, because I think a lot of teams like when they make roster moves are going for like the better individual player.
3 goals to land. Shopify Rebellion are going to go up 2-1 in this series.
Which obviously makes sense that you want the better individual player. So like Seiko over Mark by 8. And obviously that's worked out for them, but I questioned if it would, because I was like, I don't know, like BDS's teamwork beforehand was so strong, it made me question if like dropping Mark was the right idea.
I don't know, that's tough, because I really just flip back in my head to just AJG whiffing the easiest save in the world, to be quite honest. And you know, that puts you down 2 with 90 seconds, and again, the goals you gave up here, long transitions, like how in the world does that one get through the midfield line? And Parth, 2 goals in a row, perfect position.
Yeah, that was for Complexity. That was a bad
on
game.
The backboard, and now you're like Complexity. I
don't know
like
if you like Rebellion.
You're kind of shooting yourself.
Played well, exactly.
That's one of those ones where chat might be able to look at it and say, "I would have hit that."
That may be one of the few instances
only ones
at pro play where I could do that. Come on.
to be fair, hey, it just shows that these players are humans. They're not infallible, right?
True.
They can make mistakes. Unfortunately, that was a large one for them, and this is going to be a big climb back now for Complexity because I mean, as you said, they have to get top 2. Like they have to do really, really well in this bracket.
I wonder how annoying it is for pros to like watch VODs.
Yeah, this series
because I feel like they would
again,
like the casters are saying like, oh, this player's trying to do this or that player's trying to do that. Like, I bet the casters are wrong more often than not.
Moving forward, were they able to get over those hurdles?
I could be wrong, but I feel like it'd just be annoying as a player. Like, no, that's not what I was trying to do. But
yeah, the complexity's back. They just needed time.
I mean, First Killer is the best individual 3v3 player in the world.
But right now, it seems kind of like they're in their own heads too much, and I think that mistake was just indicative.
I could see an argument for that.
Ball moving horizontally again across the pitch, going straight up and down. Not been going particularly.
I don't think he has the results to prove it yet, but I think Beast Mode will be the best
being able to capitalize on
if he continues playing for another year or 2.
That's where I really want to see Complexity go back to, get it moving left to right in the midfield.
Just because like
space out that defense, memory, tough
because of how like it was Shopify, right? That he was on back before they were called that, or maybe.
I'm stealing orbs.
Can't remember what they were called.
Leaf here.
But that he just took from like a nobody team to like absurd, and now he's basically done the same thing with V1.
This game, they are out of major.
When they replaced, who was it? Was it AXB that they had before?
Yeah.
Gimmick.
For a lot of teams this weekend. I mean, that was
AXB before Calm.
Not only the bracket leaf, but just the fact that this is ride or die for a lot of teams right now.
And it's very cool to see, though.
Gotta score. Sorry. Yeah, I'm so locked into this game. I'm sorry.
I guess that is your job. I'm interrupting here. At the end of his
No, you're okay. I appreciate the updates. I like Ghost. I want to see how that plays out.
We don't hear the beeping when you come back. I'm going to be disappointed. Lee.
Yeah.
That's the only way I'll come through now.
Well, Complexity would love someone like AJG or Razebull to come through and find an opening goal, a way to establish at least some rhythm in this game 4. Coliseum can be punishing for a lot of teams mentally. We've seen it over the years, and right now it has been all of possession here as Razebull try to keep it on the ground with a flip. Immediately picked off. Memory bumped off the play. AJG is there. That's a slow roller towards the net. Parth cuts it down. Possession right back for Shopify.
It would have been in time if you just committed to the bump play, because he was aiming for that bottom right-hand corner, and Parth was the guy who rotated down in from the outside corner, so he would have just jumped it.
Razebull was waiting on boost again for at least a couple seconds and is still 0. There, he finally got it.
When you're
like, that's so
goal away
strange.
Potentially from not making the major. Shad in a one-on-one with a flip reset cannot beat Memory to the wall, and once more back to the drawing board for Complexity.
They're almost a little bit too scared to make that first mistake, but sometimes it does keep you relatively reserved. This is a Complexity offense that is about as high-powered as anybody in North America, but so far they have been kept at bay. Credit to Shopify for cutting them down at midfield.
Oh.
And wow, what an absolute burner!
I missed it. I was looking at my phone.
It
What
goes perfectly again for Parth. Razebull, he's not even doing
Oh,
anything
I mean-
wrong. Parth just takes the perfect line to that challenge. The rail gun all the way to the back post. Unsavable Rebellion. The first one on the board again.
Man, that is a frustrating goal to give up. Mentally, mechanically, all that combined. But now you need a little bit of chaos, right? Like, it's one thing to say we're going to play reserved and try to force a couple of challenges that go our way or try to create space, but you have Razebull on your team. You have a solo player like him. You have AJG, so physical upfield. Maybe now's the time to have a bit of chaos.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what most people have known Complexity for, the chaos and thriving in it. And if they start connecting on a few of those demos, I mean, they're getting close. They're definitely driving through that goal line of, almost said Sandrock, Shopify Rebellion. They will find themselves with a lot more opportunities on target. It's just a matter of connecting. You can see AJG pushing through at the midfield. He's like, okay, if I find anybody, you guys have to be able to convert. And then a little miscomm, it would seem, from Complexity. They give it all right back, and it's just like, man, time's a wasting.
Yeah, I haven't seen Complexity play in a minute. I feel like
once they have possession, it's not like a quick challenge.
I feel like they've made a lot of like weird mistakes, what I would think were uncharacteristic.
Through the corner that they can set up with. Even these touches here,
Unless they just look a lot different now than they used to.
You got Memory following in suit. Jordan trying to get physical on the goal line. A numbers advantage here for Shopify as they start to apply more pressure.
I think you're right that it'll happen, Atticus. Because, like,
immediately intercepted by Parth.
I mean, it's harder, obviously, to make an RL bot than like a shooter bot.
Forced touch afloat to the back post.
But I mean, I think it's still got to be. I mean, they've already shown like how good they've gotten Nexto, and then like. In theory, if that same bot just gets thousands of more hours eventually, it's gotta get, I don't know.
Little greedy for Rebellion.
It's gotta get better.
3 people stuck at the midfield line. Memory's trapped in the corner, and everybody, that third man from Rebellion is like, yeah, I can go pick that
I don't know.
off.
Maybe better is the wrong word. I think it could get. I think it might get to the point where pros would struggle, but I still do wonder, like, bots are still bots, and I feel like it'll still be like, if you put it in the same situation, it'll do the same thing.
With 8 seconds
And
to go.
I don't know.
Could we go to golden goal opportunity? Jordan's going to backflip, leave it for Parth. They will clear it downfield. Shopify have a member here. It's Memory.
Okay.
Waiting, but Shad takes it. Not a lot of boost to Razebull. The redirect, just kind of in no man's land, but we go to OT.
Honestly, probably a good idea to not hit that one. It's going to be either a weak touchdown to the midfield or AJG uncontested midfield.
Looks like they went for like almost like a Spanish.
Memory.
Not exactly.
He was going to be
but
back there. There's a savior medal.
Great cut down, but how do you follow it? Hesitation could hurt Complexity if they don't get a clean touch. As Jordan, the interception with no boost. He's going to have to play this, but no one else around. It fell fell a little bit awkwardly.
Before
but
the end of
there is
2023.
Shad towards the backboard. AJG
Maybe.
racing in position to get there to meet the ball, but Jordan will take it away.
That's definitely
Shad,
sooner than I
think,
would
was
have
just trying to skim
expected.
that one off his
But I
hood
mean, I
into
guess
the
to be
goal.
fair,
Raised
the
bull
best bots
under
not
a
all
little
that
bit of
long ago
pressure.
were like
Forced
about
touch,
gold.
Now they're
And
really
now
trying to just
they're
hit each other as fast as they can and see if they can make something happen.
GC,
Raised bull, nice
so-
recovery. What do you do with it? Missing those demos, man. If
Has there
those
been any
connect,
updates
that's gonna
on
put a lot
like
of
Nexo as
pressure
far
on
as
Park to
like
just hang on to the ball
the
there in midfield
newer
and
versions? If
just feels like complexity so close.
how much better they are comparative to the public
Shopify has
versions?
numbers out as well. As soon as they lose that first touch, they're immediately back in midfield. Great pass.
A little double, but
Big cross
good clear.
save that pinches it back to the midfield line. Parth circling around. Raze Bull grabbing point, leads it to Shad. An extension.
That's for
back
Raze.
down. Big
Ooh.
stop. There's Raze Bull, AJG, the floater's
All right.
good. We got ourselves a game 5.
You couldn't have it any other way. Shad, what a nice takeaway. Raze Bull willing to put the game on the line, go for a big block, maybe get lucky and jam it home, but it works out perfectly. It takes a nice, gentle lift up high above the net. 3 players.
I don't know what to
Shopify
think about that because
Rebellion
literally just
panicking,
last game I was saying how
AJG there
bad complexity was
dropped
playing.
The hammer to go to game 5.
They obliterate the
What a
public
show for
version in
Complex.
every
That was
game mode.
fair, though.
That's
That was not a-
interesting.
Yeah.
It's like they had what? I don't even remember when they equalized.
Yeah,
It
are there
was
like
18
videos
seconds or
on
something
this?
Where Rebellion just got a little.
Where do you
lead
get all this info?
in
I
the
mean, I hadn't
midfield,
heard of
and then it's
Nexo
just one
until
touch, bang, through everybody.
I think
Bang,
it was
it's
a
in.
Rocket Sledge video, or Rocket
The
Science
story of the
maybe.
series, how
No, I think
a
it was
lot of
Sledge.
these games have gone with
And then
complexity such
and
a
then
limited
Sunless
time
put
here in
out
high
one as
performance
well.
replay presented by Mobile One. It was often where complexity were fighting off the back foot and having to force a lot of quick challenges that felt like they should have been built up as the game went
Oh,
on.
they do?
And finally, they do get themselves that goal leaf.
They definitely do,
Interesting.
and across the board. Right now, Randoms and Ghost are playing. It is 1-goal lead with 2 minutes left for Randoms, which would mean if Ghost can't equalize, that they will be knocked out of that major and world's contention. So that's still going on. Remember, all these co-streams are going on with all the team streams, so make sure you're going and watching your favorite teams right now and supporting them in their chat. You keep hanging out with us too. It's pretty fun, but that one's intense. That one's on the line here, but Complexity is still trying to keep their dreams alive here. As it's getting harder and harder for them. Their journey gets longer and longer.
And it's okay. As long as they're moving forward, I think they'll be satisfied with it. So second place was never going to be an easy
What's the
task, and I
stream
think,
name?
if they get
I'd
over
like to
this
look that
hurdle
up
here with
after
Shopify, they can
stream.
at least feel
I'm curious
confident
about
moving
that.
into a match against an NRG that is also struggling. So right now you got this 5 minutes in front of you, and you can't think too hard about it.
Well, I mean, you could. Maybe thinking too hard will make you do some cool stuff.
You know what? Just go pop off. Yeah.
Right? Like just do
I
this.
believe it, to be honest.
The most complicated 20-man passing play across the
RL
field. Like, make
Gym.
it look like an
Okay.
actual soccer match.
Cool, yeah. No, I'm
You know,
gonna
out of
check
the two
that out
teams that would do it,
after
it would certainly be Complexity. That
after
I
this.
don't doubt for a second. The only problem is there's this whole verticality.
Actually, there'll probably be a
aspect
short
of
break
Rocket League
between
makes
this
that
and
pretty
NRGs.
difficult.
That's true.
Might throw it up
does
on
complicate
stream
things
for a
little
sec.
bit. But for again for Rebellion here, I mean, do we see a finish, Spaceman? For like, how do we feel now that we've seen a couple of these matches for this?
Yeah. You know, while the offense hasn't been there, granted we're in game 5 because of it, the defense has continued to be really impressive for Shopify. And I look at Complexity and they did get a couple of opportunities, but it wasn't enough to make me put all the weight over towards their side. Yet again, though, we find ourselves on Champions Field, brought to you by Nissan.
That's kind of how it feels. Like it's kind of like the Rogue Ghost matchup, where Complexity is like super offensive and Rebellion super defensive. And it's just like
I think if there was any game
I
where
don't
you
know.
would expect Complexity
Makes it hard
to
for me
come
to
out
say
and
what
be
I
like, you know what,
expect
we're
because
just
I
gonna go
thought
and put all the
Complexity was
pressure
playing
on
bad,
them,
then they
it
won.
would be game 5 because at this point they know what
That was
they're
a
in for, they
great
know what they're
pass.
getting. That's a nice delayed touch off the
Weak
corner.
shot,
Raised
but
so close
almost.
to jamming it home, and there's a little bit of
Good kill.
physicality for them to try and hang on to the ball. And
Good
great
kill.
return demo from Shopify. And
Everyone's
to
just
answer your question,
dying.
I think Complexity absolutely. I don't think they're timid here in game 5. I think all the timidness was in game 4 when they knew they had to win to give themselves a shot. But now that it's level playing, I think they come out there guns blazing.
I mean, it's essentially a best of one at this point, and this is a team that absolutely knows what it takes to be in these situations. They did it the majority of the fall split, having to prove themselves.
I think Rebellion will take it. That was definitely where I was leaning, and I guess maybe I should stick with my gut, even if they just get scored on. Because before game 4, or like going into game 4, I thought there was no way.
Worried that AJG is going to get a second touch, so he decides to take the pass.
But in the very beginning, I said Complexity was 3-0ing, so I'm so
were
wishy-washy on
absolutely
this.
strikes one on your back
Jeez.
post. You never stood a chance. That was perfect placement from him.
It got sad at the end there because Ghost is done.
Oh no!
Ghost has been beaten by
Oh,
randoms.
jeez. Well,
Ghost got beat by randoms. Earlier I said
sad
that
for Ghost Gaming, but I mean,
NRG needed Envy to
randoms
lose to
getting it
to
done.
Ghost,
I mean,
but
Torby said it earlier. You know, the
I guess they
middle of the
need
pack
to
teams, the
lose
bubble
to
teams that come
randoms.
through those open qualifiers
I
have
just
really made
didn't
a
foresee
difference.
that being a possibility.
I just want to know if 2P scored the game winner.
That's all that matters at this point.
For me, yeah.
I missed the final goal. I'll update you.
You're gonna have to come buzz back in, Lee, if we miss you. In this situation, if you are Complexity, you continue to play as aggressive upfield as you are so far, as AJG's taken a lot of those early challenges. Raiseball running point now. Or do you go back to that reserve nature that's worked?
Oh,
What a back pass, Jordan. Double tap off the backboard, still alive. It's around for memory.
No way,
Away
Shad.
off the goal line. Raiseball through the corner now. Things kick up into a different notch, and Complexity have to get back to midfield.
Took too much time. Rebellion had
Shad
it
said no.
all lined up perfectly. I mean, the takeaway touch from the backboard to beat the last man and gives yourself the opening. And then you hit it off the wall one more time. Gotta be straight into the net. I know it's difficult, but that extra moment was all that Complexity needed to get themselves back in shape on defense and take away an equalizer chance there. That's tough.
Well, this could be dangerous. What a counterattack that might start off the back.
It's kind of
wall.
weird hearing the
Clears
Rocket
down
League
forward, a
announcer.
big read,
I
and
don't
just
think I've had that
makes its
on
way
for
in. Wrapped
years.
around by Raiseball. He's looking for Shad. He will have the pass cut down by Jordan. It's Shopify one-on-one taking these challenges. Before possession is halted, you are looking for that stall. A great touch to memory, but cut down to the corner.
Yeah, definitely a very ping-pong heavy game here in Game 5. The slower touchdown into the corner may give Rebellion an opening to at least have some extended stays, and that's a huge challenge from Jordan, who was late to that contest and out there just in time to jam it back into the open space. So Rebellion pushing currently. How long does it last?
Boost consumption has been there a little bit for Complexity. I mean, they've had enough to get towards the backboard for a clear, but not enough to hold on to the ball. And yet again, AJG trying to slow it. That's a dangerous touch. Parth, this could waterfall. It might. Wow. Up by Raiseball. Wow. Somehow again, the recovery for both touches. But Jordan spiraling,
beats.
juggling,
Interesting.
looking for an extra touch. It's all pushed up for Shopify. You have Memory working through the corner, looking for those 50s. Parth now next up to bat. Jordan cutting it down in the solo rotation. The Island Man looking for the pass. Backboard, Memory. Anyone else around Parth? Yes, on target. Bar down. Parth ties the game.
You had no idea.
I do feel like Complexity's in like a weird situation when it comes to roster. Like if they felt like one of their roster members was playing poorly, like it's harder, I feel like, for them to drop anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Great follow-ups all the way around from Shopify. The continued pressure
Like,
that's worked out in this series.
I think I
Once
worded
again,
that
rears its
poorly
ugly
because
head, but the
I was
defensive
getting
role from
distracted
Complexity
by
has
the
really helped
commentators
them
in my
maintain
ears.
at
But
least
basically
what
just
was a
like
1-0 lead. Now he tied
they
the
all
game
speak
with a minute to
Spanish,
play
so
here
it'd be
in
really
Game 5.
hard for them
AJG
to
trying
like
to escape
find
downfield,
another
get a
pro
bump,
to
Shad
like
circling back
replace
for boost. It's up to
any of their
Raiseball to
players
grab
with.
possession. He will do so. Gives it away. Parth with the interception down to the corner. Now do you apply
Roster
pressure if you
mania
are
like
Shopify,
almost
but
doesn't
Shad
apply to
in a
them.
one-on-one escapes through the corner and a center looking for the pass, but no one else around. Complexity waiting for the right opportunity.
But they are going to steal all those boosts. They're positioned very wide, and finally a demo comes through. No support here for Parth, and Shad trying to get cheeky, see if he could pass it back to himself on the sidewall, and savvy defense from Parth in the midfield.
This is getting dangerous. These infield passes, it takes one redirect and all of a sudden you're beat out of position. Quickly cut down by Raiseball. But every time you think Complexity have an easy pop, it's immediately met by Shopify. They are not giving up on these touches. The Raiseball with a quick bump towards the backboard. Shopify ready and waiting. You have Shad and AJG working in tandem, but there's Jordan with full boost and the cut down. Jordan looking for the extension down to the ground. Raiseball cut immediately blocked away and the pinch from the ceiling. Shopify pressing. Shopify going. Shad taking the ball away. Raiseball. Oh, Raiseball's there.
That does seem pretty accurate, Atticus. Damn, 0 seconds?
Raiseball, 0 seconds.
Oh, the absolute iciest
What was?
touch.
Yeah, that was
Goodness.
weird.
And with no time on the clock, put him to sleep.
All right.
Raiseball. What a shot to knock off Rebellion. You felt overtime was coming for sure. But then you hit him with the absolute moneymaker. Man.
Vamos.
Honestly, looking at the stats, I'm a little surprised. I felt like Shad was kind of
That's how
carrying.
complexity wins. If they had to prove
A little
everything
bit.
every single time. Shout out Mobile One for the high performance replay. Leaf.
All right, I'm curious. I'm curious about this while we
If
wait
Philly
for
Garcia listened to those.
pass to Shad. It just happened to work out. Next to peak, next to latest. Version with highest true skill may or may not be better. Okay. Seems to be better. 227 to 62. Damn. Whoops, here you go. I mean, to be honest, it almost, in a lot of ways, it looks like pro play. Other than the one next to sitting in the back. That's a little weird. Just like sitting in net. Peak is normally behind. I guess that makes sense that the latest would have learned more to be better. What's weird to me is that this has been going for a little over an hour and there's been 300 goals. Am I looking at that right? That seems crazy. It's like 4 goals a minute? 5 goals a minute? Yeah, 5 goals a minute. That can't be right. Am I misunderstanding something? Very interesting. I'm gonna check on my phone to see if NRG complexity has started yet. Not quite yet. I'll leave that open so I know when to switch over. Might have been going on for a really long time. There could be some rollover errors because okay. That would make sense because I've seen that sort of thing. Didn't that happen in or maybe I'm misremembering because I was thinking I had seen that in in the Sunless video where he did like the 24-hour game or however long it was. I feel like I remember the timer. The timer froze at one point, didn't it? Isn't that what happened? How many viewers are there right now in this? 50. I mean, for a 24-hour live stream, that's pretty good. Or not 24-hour, but 24/7. Games go long enough that if at some point goes to 0, so they have their own timer. Oh, okay. I wonder if the NRG match will be on mainstream or just on the NRG stream. It's kind of interesting watching them after goals, because like realistically they should just do nothing, right? There's no point in doing anything at that point. But they all slowed down and then they started driving again. It was almost very human-like. Like I would do that. Like I'd be like sad that I got scored on, so I would stop driving for a second, and then I would kind of like come out of that and just drive around for a second until the next kickoff started. Very weird. It's weird how little boost they grab. Or maybe not that they grab, how little boost they're willing to commit with. Like that one of the just a second ago, he had like 12 boost. And instead of going for boost or finding any pads or anything, he just like 90-degree turned onto the ball. Lace hasn't updated in a few days, and it seems like that is because they're doing tests for version 3. Okay. In 3x toe? Why does may or may not be better have a trademark logo next to it? Main broadcast is doing NRG versus complexity. Latest used to be worse 90% of the time. Interesting. That's strange. I feel like it'd be like more
Championship
practice.
Series presented by Verizon. We're on day one and almost done day one of the Nissan Classic, our last North American regional. As teams are continuing.
All right.
The next one's
NRG still showing on my chest. It is.
Spaceman and Achieves are here to cap off
Right
the
there.
day.
We
Let's
got
look at
it.
the bracket because
We got this.
You know, it started off familiar. Achieves who went in. We're like, hey, look at those top 8. Some sense of normalcy from the North American region. And then we go down to the lower bracket and we start getting those
It's a little
matches that
cold in
mean
my
a
room,
lot
and I'm
for
so
these
glad
teams,
I can say
the
that.
Worlds and majors
I only got
contention
the
on the line.
AC
Scary
working.
one, yeah. The two biggest ones that we were just talking about before we threw to break, NRG and Complexity, both of them shooting for a very deep run. So it'll be interesting
Who
to
did
see how that match
Complexity
plays out.
lose
Of course,
to?
Envy playing with Turbo Pulsa today. Who knows what could happen there against a team like Randoms. Sonics, perhaps the only upset quote, if you want to call it that, from the upper bracket fell down, and now they have to play against the Crew.
Complexity
Rogan
lost
Oxygen,
to
I mean,
Sonics.
flip a coin. It's going to be about.
He takes the best version they have, and sometimes the newer version learns worse things.
Spaceman, how
Ah,
do you feel
okay.
about
No,
this?
that
Like,
makes
you know,
sense.
you think is it
If a
exciting?
bad
Is it
thing
scary? Like, what
works a
emotion
couple
are you
times,
feeling
it
these
because
teams.
like,
Feels
oh,
we've
okay,
entered
that's good.
Europe, where all
What's
of
up,
a
Lion?
sudden, like, you got
The
V1,
Discord
you got
link
SSG, FaZe,
should
and
work
G2 up
now.
top, and everybody else is just
I
like,
forgot to
yeah, these are
edit
good
it when
teams, but now we're just in the pit.
after the
We're in
game when you
passion pit.
mentioned
This is
it,
what the passion
but
pit used to be back in the
should
Like,
be good
all
now.
of these crazy good competitors just fighting it out for a last chance survival. So the fact that you have Rogue Oxygen, you got Sonics the Crew, NRG Complexity, like that. We're in the lower bracket. Teams lose, you go home. I'm surprised that we see these names down here, but it just means that this regional is going to be absolutely insane.
I don't know. It sounds like a place I'd normally want to
Envy
be.
having turbo right now, I think
this is
actually is good for
on the line
NRG
here. I mean, we just saw Ghost lose their chance
because they might
the
not
Worlds,
do
and
well.
Their season's done. Like it's done for them, and it came down to that one best of 5 against randoms. By the way, Achieves.
We'll
it was
see.
2-piece that scored the
Ah, you knew it. It had to be.
It absolutely had to be.
Balance restored.
But we do have our next match coming up. Another big one on the line. The General NRG versus Complexity. NRG, for their major spot, they need top 4. Whereas Complexity, they need top 2.
That's for version 3?
This is
That's
a
cool.
big one. Both these teams, major contention. And it's elimination. Their second lives are gone right now, Spaceman. So this
And if
is for
NRG
both
doesn't
teams a
make land,
very,
I mentioned it
very,
earlier, but it'll be the first time
nerve-wracking
that Garrett G didn't
Conversation-wise,
qualify
this
for a
is
land.
much more, I think, about
First
NRG
time.
being realistically in a position to make top 4. For Complexity, they have to make grand final at that point.
Yeah.
Like
He's
we
made
know
every
they're
Worlds.
fighting every
He's
game,
made every
but
lane so far this
is-
season.
This is NRG. This is the team that everybody was touting, I should say, as second best in the world after the winter major, or excuse me, the fall major. Like, this is NRG fighting for a chance just to get to the spring major. So this series is much more about them than I think it is about Complexity.
Well, let's keep it about them.
So
right now,
weird. I
because,
never would have
Garrett
assumed
G,
that I
we
was
have
just
them,
hoping they
a little
made it
VT
to
for you here,
land.
guys. They're on their last push for London because it's getting down to the wire.
Oh, dude, I want to go so bad. Like, honestly, we have to go absolutely insane. So I'm not trying to set that expectation because I've already
Garrett
been
has the
sad.
same
I
mic
don't
as
wanna be
me.
more
I
sad.
didn't
It's,
know
like,
that.
Super, almost like personal because I was there in the final in London. That's like a core memory for me. Like really playing there, even though we didn't win. I know like if we don't make it a few months down the line, it will be fine. But I want to make it really bad. You know, I know I'm going to be super sad if we miss out.
No way. Oh,
That fake was sick.
all the way around. He saucy little salamander.
After this last regional, like it feels like things are back to normal, but you know, messing up in the first regional kind of affects things pretty negatively. I think we kind of overthought after placing 9th at the LAN. Like, I think our confidence was at an all-time low, and we tried to change a lot of stuff going to the first regional, and we just looked completely off. And we should have.
Yeah, regional one was bad.
We made 3 finals in a row online, and then it's easy to overthink, especially when you have feels like thousands of people thinking for you online and stuff, and I think we succumbed to that for sure.
All academic, Garrett G with the double.
I honestly think we could have won the last regional. We just went to game 7 with, in my opinion, our biggest counter.
I've always
was
believed.
V1.
I've always
I think if we
believed.
took that,
What,
I think
buddy?
we're in the final, and obviously G2
What?
is the best team in NA right now, but I think we could have taken that. So I'm really confident. For us, it comes down to getting a solid start.
Quick shot. Goal!
I know. We'll play hard after this, okay? We'll get you some exercise. Sounds good.
The
Sounds
most
good.
iconic moment in
Be
Rocket
like
League
45
esports
minutes,
history
okay?
from that team right there in London.
Yeah.
To not have them there would be just it's unthinkable, right? Like we're saying it's the plot armor for a reason. They have to win it. They have to push through. Right? Players are tweeting they are going to make it, and it's scary though because I think what Garrett just said there was that it's easy to overthink, and I think that's an understatement. I think it's inevitable to overthink. Chat though, I need you involved. It's the Verizon fan vote. Hashtag NRG or hashtag COL now. NRG always wins these. How much though? Because we gotta hope. They kept the script from me. I haven't seen what Gibbs has been writing up back then. But
I mean, okay, so even if
hope that
NRG
the
wins
plot
this,
armor is
then
in place
what?
for NRG,
They
but
have to
Complexity,
face.
They're hoping it's not because
I
they
gotta
still
refresh
have
the
a
bracket.
chance, themselves. So this is huge for them.
They still have to face the
What are your
winner of
thoughts?
Rogue
Do we
versus
think that it's
Oxygen.
fair? Do we think NRG pulls through, or is Complexity going to upset
That's
a lot
scary.
of these fans? Achieves.
Make me so irritated having to answer the question.
Yeah,
Feels
and they have
that
to make
way.
what, top 4? Is that right?
Well, I suppose the only reason, well, not the only reason, I'm going to end up picking NRG because I do still have belief in their
Atticus,
structure of defense.
I
saw how
agree
good
and I
structure defense was
disagree.
working.
I agree
For
that
a
they are
team
just
like
getting better,
Shopify
but I think
Rebellion,
like
NRG does the
because
same
they've been
thing,
trying to
but better.
change their play style, and like
So,
Garrett was saying, getting in their head, I think they have
they're gonna
been
squeeze this
playing
one out.
worse.
Wouldn't be
Not
surprised to
that
see
they
it go
are
5-0.
worse. Like
sorry,
I
that
don't
was on
think
NRG?
that
Yes,
they have
okay,
lost
so
to
you're
their
gonna go
skill
NRG. All right, I'll take
suddenly.
this one. I'll take the next
But I
one.
feel like
And then we'll leave
they're
space for
playing, they're
Dan
underperforming.
to see if he switches it up.
What do you got, Leaf? Tell me.
I am going.
Just because it hasn't been enough
Go
time
NRG.
since they were
Obviously, I'm gonna go
dominant for
NRG on
like
this
so
one.
many teams to be better than
It
them
was
right now.
again. It was for me one of the
In
greatest
my
moments of my
opinion,
life to
at
be there, and
least.
to be able to just have them go back there, relive those memories. I know that's incredibly important for them.
Sure.
Right. I know that this is huge. But again, you can't forget there are players and humans on the other side of complexity as well. So it
Like
obviously
G2 definitely got better with the addition of
important
Atomic.
for these players. Too,
Envy
I'm a little biased.
seemingly
in that I
got
was there
better,
during that
replacing
game. So
Turbo.
I gotta go NRG. Do you flip it or are we across the board?
But I don't feel like those are like big enough for
Mathematically, like I will be shunned
for
from my
NRG to be
scientific
losing
community
to
if I
like
don't
all
take
mid
the
and
average
stuff.
on this one. And like NRG making top 4 is much more realistic than Complexity making it to grand finals, I feel. And because of that, and because I've seen NRG lose twice when at Death's Door, I am taking NRG. I think they're going to get it done in 4. This is so huge, not only just for the collective of the team, but the mental trying to get to a major and like reestablish the team. I think they're going to get it done. And yeah, at least what I've seen from Complexity so far, I haven't been super impressed. I think NRG do win.
Okay, chat, hit us. What you got? Is NRG pulling through?
I've got to agree. I mean, like, as much as I root for
more than it
NRG,
was
just like
before.
the logical side of my brain too. So it's like I was rooting against,
Well, we'll see if
not rooting
Complexity can play
against
spoiler
Complexity,
because
but
their
like
dreams
I
are
felt
still
like
alive.
Complexity was playing
Second place
poorly.
for them. They got to crush through NRG. Both these teams.
Last series.
Remember, Spaceman. Have
Yeah.
one
So I feel
life
like
left.
it
Lose it here.
NRG looked
lose it here.
okay,
It's gone.
other than their last game against FaZe. But honestly, even that game, kind of to your point, Atticus, I don't even think that NRG looked super bad that game, even when it was 6-1. I think FaZe just kind of turned it on that game.
That we haven't actually like leaned into yet. But when you look at NRG's kind of road to this point, because again, you know, we heard in the video about Garrett saying, look, if we don't make the major, it's not the end of the world, but it is something that they obviously want to do.
Certainly.
Outside of just playing clean, established Rocket League, what does NRG have to do going against the likes of Complexity?
Oh boy, I was about to say the answer would be not get caught out right there. I think the big goodness gracious me, I think the biggest thing to consider that specifically Shopify Rebellion was struggling with that's really going to help NRG is NRG, when they get a hold of a ball, they tend to be a lot more possession oriented. Like you see Justin right here trapping the ball, take it on a dribble, take it as much away from Complexity as possible. And that, I think, is the real bread and butter for a team like NRG that's going to take away a lot of opportunity from Complexity. It's going to force Complexity to really try and rush to beat them. And here in this
Interesting.
case, Chad is not going to punish. He punts it off the bar.
Yeah, NRG won't afford you a lot of clean looks, and that's credit to Justin getting right back up in front of the ball just to at least take it off of its initial trajectory. Well done by NRG on defense to save themselves what could have been 2 early goals. Justin has played immaculate defense as of late in this spring split, continues it so far. That 50 does go the way of NRG. Possession somewhat around there for Complexity back to midfield. Chad will cut it down and send it towards the side wall before it's caught and shoveled away by Squishy, immediately taken away. Raisebolt now back up off the ceiling, down to AJG and down for the first goal.
Yeah, like the
One goal.
speed from Complexity here. AJG knew he was probably going to have a look here if Raisebolt won that ball, so didn't really hesitate to pick a line and go for the ball. Justin, it's a little tougher because he's pretty much right under it, already in line with it, so he has to make sure that his initial jump is in line with the target. That slows him down. AJG can go across the ball and kind of just line it up as he's going with the height, so a little easier play for him to make. They score the first goal, and RG on the back foot early.
Great extension by Shad just to get it around towards the center of the box, allowing Raisebolt room to work upfield. We've seen that a couple of times near the end as it trickled away in the Shopify series just about 10 minutes ago. But now NRG on the assault on the front, looking for extra pressure. There's a bump out that kills the play. Squishy couldn't fill in the lane and cut down. So you're seeing these aggressive challenges on the side wall from Complexity, and it affords them that real estate to punch it downfield, spread the defensive energy thin, and pick them apart at range. I like what I'm seeing so far from the boys in blue.
That's the real problem. There's the delay.
Yeah.
Now you get pushed back onto your own half, and
I hope that they can make it to London. I mean, like, because I can't remember where the winter major was anymore. Was it in California? LA?
Solution, I would say.
Them not making it really threw a wrench into that
definitely something to keep an eye
that
on.
major for me.
They allow when they rotate out of that blue half.
But I agree, though. I'm pretty excited to see how they do as well.
As Justin freestyling his way into a one-on-two.
See what they learned in the fall major.
On the backboard. NRG not letting these balls hang for far too long.
But honestly, I mean, since the fall major, the regions have changed so much. Moist wasn't at the fall major. BDS was one player different. NRG was still like top 2 in the world. So a lot has changed since then.
Out of the corner, you got to get up in AJG's face right here. Nice job, Squishy. You didn't make contact, but that is the right idea. Jam complexity into their own corners. They're gonna get caught out eventually.
Just a threatening shot from NRG. Nothing too powerful.
So I feel like NRG looks fine. The one goal that went against them wasn't really like.
Garrett with the corral.
At least I didn't see anything that looked like particularly bad from NRG that caused it. It was just a good play. That was almost just in.
Almost scores off that as well. What a way to tie up the game. Justin goes the back pass.
Everyone in the server thinking Justin's just trying to score it.
Close.
Pressure on AJG, force him to make the strong save. Now you really got to control the ball here, and if anyone's going to be able to, it'll be Justin. Nice
talking about RLCS, Diego?
From AJG to reset everything, and NRG kind of just doing that classic NRG move.
There we go.
See where the weakness is right here. It's on the backboard up against the top corner. Can't find a difficult clear. I mean, Shad, he had a really nice defensive series in the previous one, but that read is always so difficult from the floor. Unfortunately, misses the ball and gets paid for with a goal back the other way.
And that's just good patience from Garrett as well. Closing down the gap and making the play in the gap, or in the goal line, I should say, excuse me, is Justin.
As weird as this is going to sound, I feel like Complexity should be one of the teams that, like, we have a better chance against.
And they'll play it off the backboard to Justin.
Since the new roster, they've played in 20 pro games and they've won almost every game. I haven't watched enough MENA or like APAC or anything. I should watch more. Stay like more up to date on it.
Really slow approach, actually. I think kind of throwing Complexity for a bit of a loop, but he wanted to make sure he knew exactly what the defense was handing him before he flipped into the ball. So great timing, a nice adjustment from Garrett G to poke it behind that back shoulder.
Great patience in that offensive third. Justin, the dangerous flip. And I start to see the defense panic a little bit on Complexity. They don't have a lot of clean redirects and booming clears to get the ball away. Finally, it will be raised.
It's interesting seeing Complexity like constantly going for resets and stuff, because I feel like that's what they used to do. And then they kind of stopped doing that.
Ooh, nice pressure from Raisable, though.
And had good success. 19-1 or 18-2. That's absurd. Even if it is a weaker region, that's still absurd.
Not many can find it. Squishy, one-on-one, beats one. And this just kills time. There's a demo, man advantage, but downfield, Shad. No time on the clock. A lot of boost, looking for the pinch. Here's AJG, popping it high. Raisable can get there, but Garrett immediately
GG.
done by the general towards the back line. And NRG take game one.
The patience from Garrett G. He knew there was going to be something coming off the backboard there. He was just picking his moment. Even the line he took to go and challenge that ball. He's like, trust me, I'm not
Justin had a
make sure I don't let you back onto the
Justin had a yellow title on. It looked like it's just a regular GC title.
Well played line to close that game out. NRG.
That would be so strange.
Away from Complexity in game one. Not the easiest game per se.
Like, why wouldn't he use one of his blue ones? I don't know. Maybe I missaw it.
Just saying, okay, where's the defense?
Maybe he's just trolling. I don't know.
And in general, Complexity a little bit flustered in a few more of those scenarios.
Yep, it's a close one, that's for sure. And it doesn't make it. It doesn't. I don't think this win eases the minds of any of the NRG fans out there that that this is in the bag yet. Complexity. Again,
no, it doesn't.
Real close. And they're still trying to make their run. And we've seen how clutch they can be. I mean, they ended their last series with that clutch goal against Shopify Rebellion, 2-0 seconds. NRG definitely has to keep their eyes open and heads on a swivel. Especially, again, if that physical play starts coming out, you know things if it comes down to the wire.
Well,
it's gonna get scrapped.
That's so strange.
Pretty
I
lucky.
feel like
That
if I had
one
won a
was
Worlds,
overtime
like that would
for him.
I would like
the first
never
minute
take
or
that
so,
title
he
off again.
smashed one off the bar. That was a completely
Unless I
open
was
shot,
like
and
Turbo, where
if
they
that
gave
was
him like a
back,
3-time
you're probably
title.
still sitting here playing, and you have no idea what's about to happen. So definitely no free wins for NRG in this one.
You're trying to make this run in the lower bracket, nothing's going to be free. You have to earn your way through.
I just want to see a 3-0 for NRG. That's all I want.
Kind of the stakes of how this series
I don't want to
plays
feel
out.
the nerves.
With a complexity win, NRG would be eliminated from the major, but also
That-
G2 would clinch.
Okay,
in
it almost
the
looked like it
world
was
spot.
just on
So
for a sec.
there's a lot on the line for G2 if complexity pull through. On the other side for NRG, it's just one series at a time. Of course, they need to make top 4.
What?
Different, but AJG sneaks it through.
Why didn't he double jump?
And I thought Justin was in position. He saw a flick. Okay, rotates back. It's caught a little bit on the lip. Did he? I think he missed his jump button. I think he
Yeah.
was trying to
Yeah.
double jump, And the second press, I think he missed it. And
That
he
was
pressed it late,
weird.
so he ends up coming up short. What a weird mechanical miscue. Either way, not. I'm very surprised to see that one sneak through. With
Yeah. Same.
When he saves that.
Garrett.
Squeezes into the
Ooh.
bar. I don't know how that doesn't land.
Smart pre-flip though, but it's
You
teammates
won, you
10.
take one, so you hit the bar twice in game 1 off the rip. You get a weird goal to kick this one off. Aquadome takes no prisoners early on. Razebull circling around, playing with his food. As Garrett G will send it back to Justin.
Oh,
little quick
what do
pop.
you do?
On possession, AJG cutting it down. No, Justin on a 1v3. Okay, everybody calm down. Back to midfield we go.
He even had the wave dash landing as that challenge came through, so it pushed up his wheels and he canceled the momentum to try and maybe get the quick flick over the goal. He was really trying to make the defense look bad there for complexity. Good
Oh,
stop.
you're right. Yeah, 4-time. 4-time.
We got boost in the corner now for complexity. And they're getting very aggressive on these first touches. You know,
Yeah, that would make sense. Or K-Dop, who has the 3-time. I would wear that, you know. But otherwise, like if I was Justin, I would never take the Season 8 title off. Not until I got another.
Fighting them for possession on every part of the field. Sounds super simple, but it does go a long way to creating chances.
Did Panda get a 2-time or I never saw. I don't. Did they had to have given him one, right? That'd be a weird thing to like keep like. Nah, you got to get 3 before you get your own.
The right move against a team like NRG because they know that possession is the key for them. And if Complexity knows that, look, we have the 1-goal lead. If we give up a nice counterattack and they execute fine, but we're going to have a little bit of faith that one man is going to be able to buy us enough time.
Yeah, you were
get
trying
back.
to lick the marker off my
That's
chest,
definitely
weren't
going to
you?
make it much more difficult for NRG to find a seam through here. Justin, no boost. Like, yeah, there was a lot of space, but what's he going to do with it? The only answer is put it on target and hope for the best.
Close.
With a great stop.
And even looking back to the series prior, where AJG was much more of an off-ball offensive player, looking for demos and bumps to clear lanes at midfield. Now when he does get possession, they're giving him free roam. They're allowing him to take shots, then he falls off and tries to help facilitate more. So it seems that it is a full team effort right now for Complexity. Giving that trust to your teammates does go a long way. As Shad will take it off the sidewall.
A lot earlier than
AJG
normal
waiting
today.
in the wing as Raze will be the last defender back.
I don't even know
Complexity
why.
looking at the rotation, Garrett on a one-on-one gets the 50 to go his way. Back laterally, and now we spread this one thin with a pinch to Justin to no one, and Shad will punch it out.
This is a tough one to handle for both teams, actually. Like, yeah, the challenges are going NRG's way, but they're going out in such a neutral ground that it's a little unsustainable to continue to be able to do that. Raise bull down to AJG, and unfortunately couldn't get all the way back to it. Forced punt from Justin, nobody back, and really nicely played game from Complexity. In general, strong shot, Garrett G. Ready just in time.
General strong shot.
Just to recover. He does get it downfield, but now you're taking all of these back pads, you're taking the midfield, you're limiting the resources that NRG have to get that second touch and to create these opportunities one-on-one. Chad, oh, wow!
Garrett almost own gold. Holy shit. I can't believe that.
Dangerous. Could have been a 2-0 game, but there's a demo man.
Okay.
For Complexity, AJG ready and waiting for the pass. Shad on his own. He slows
He's
it
got,
with the clamp, but cut down NRG, denying the second goal.
Like the idea to try and just hover that one above the net and let it just drip down. Unfortunately, Justin was rotating back from that midfield, was able to take it all the way out to the safety of the corner. A minute left. Complexity not making it easy. Squishy just trying to open the door a little bit. Maybe Justin can score this. I would be amazed. And Razebull not even going to give him the chance. Garrett G off the wall for Squishy. This one on target. It's going to ricochet. Razebull will take it to safety. Complexity.
It was hard to
getting away
place
with
from
one
the
now as
positioning, but
defense continues
still.
to get hammered by shots.
Close.
We got to keep the pressure up for NRG. You got to scramble right now on the defensive end. Shad, AAG, and Razebull all running into one another, double committing on these saves, but this is where the pressure continues. And Justin trying to recover. It's down to Squishy. They will get midfield boost. You have resources here for NRG. You have a
That's
chance
huge.
on the quick cut, and there's Justin fighting for possession. Squishy gets it towards the sidewall. Garrett will be able to meet it in transition. Circles back into the play. The pass to Squishy is there. It's off the backboard. Garrett looking for the dagger.
Justin up.
Back out, still alive. Justin
Let's
back
go,
in.
dude.
Justin ties the game.
Justin, you're nuts.
There
You're
was gonna be a
nuts.
chance here. That was a huge clear from Squishy over the top. Garrett G just trying to keep it in the lane.
What an angle, too. I mean, everyone's on the right side of that net. He puts it left. It's bar down. Perfect.
Give Justin a look. Let him execute. And they stick one right through the defense. What a show from NRG to fight back there from one down.
He does?
Just
Okay.
A lot of space there from HAG. I got a little worried, but maybe they score with 0 seconds.
Uh-oh.
Not today.
Still alive, though. Still alive, though. Justin still playing it. Off
Maybe
the back
today.
wall. Cut down by Razebull. Hey, you got to feel the energy might have a chance. Squishy is around the bend, but can't put it away. Okay, so we slow things down. You get both sides back to full strength, and now we have ourselves a golden goal opportunity off kickoff. It's NRG with possession.
Now you're kind of frustrated, to be honest, if you're Complexity. You fight so hard for possession. You gorgeous pass, Garrett G.
Oh my God! How do they keep getting away with it?
Oh my goodness.
The defense has been
That gave me chills.
NRG this entire split, but this series, they have found a way. They are willing themselves through.
Oh, I'm so uncomfortable right now. This is what I didn't want. I just wanted a clean 3-0.
Garrett trying to break through. Garrett overboard.
Close. Justin? Nah. He stayed back smart, though.
Razebull booming it away.
Especially in an OT.
Oh, wow.
Good catch.
What execution there on the backboard.
Yeah.
That on a dribble and a challenge, but NRG a little bit sad that he didn't have boost in the midfield to really try and just put the game away right there. But what are you gonna do? They're still in
Yeah, dude.
control.
Wow.
You
This is
can't just sit there
absurd.
and say that wasn't the chance, even if the setup was right. And Justin,
That was
talk
just.
about a possession monster.
I was about to say, Justin's
Has
looking
not let
comfortable.
Pretty much anything go for free if he could help it, and he's been a defensive asset here in Game 2.
His positioning has been
That's scary.
10 out of 10 the entire
Still
time.
though,
And
Justin
waiting
just
for the extra
patient.
touch. The bounce he read all the way through towards the back post. Shad.
Which, considering the one goal that Complexity has right now was because of a mechanical flub from Justin, it's good to see him feeling comfortable.
Off his feeling. Justin can't make the read, but it's better plays on the defensive end.
Good bump. Let's go.
Justin gets it done. NRG 2-0.
No guarantees.
As soon as it went to Justin's POV, or not Justin's POV, Garrett's POV, it was like, you see Justin, you see Shad, you're just like, oh, it's over. One more. One more.
Sure it was gonna stay open. NRG deliver a dagger, and Justin refusing to let anything
Ugh.
go. What a heads up
I like
play to make
started
sure
to
keep
sulk
that
in my
defender
seat,
away
just
from
getting
huge
so
play from NRG.
nervous.
Comfortable lead in the series. Anything could happen here now.
Justin said, bye-bye. You're not stacking this one. And man, he has been just incredible defensively this entire series, this split. I've talked about it before, but Justin's positioning
Those
on the goal line,
saves,
on the
dude.
back wall, waiting for touches, playing patiently under the ball. He's been an absolute X factor, and it won't show up often, but 2 saves, 1 shot. He did so much more that doesn't come on the stat card.
Don't put that evil on me, Atticus.
It's wild to see what Justin's doing, and NRG are feeding off it.
Well, they have to, because things
Banjo,
just got a little
Banjo,
tighter
go,
for
buddy.
them now. With Envy beating randoms, NRG
He
has
keeps
to
trying to
make
lick
top
my
2
hands
finish
like
for that to
crazy.
make major.
Wow.
Chill.
Things got way tighter for them now. And I will also mention that right now there's a lot on the line for Rogue Oxygen, and they're going into an overtime with Oxygen up 2-0 in the series right now on match points. So there's a chance Rogue loses their major and World's opportunities too. Here,
I don't feel like Rogue really had major opportunities.
One goal games as well for Rogue Oxygen.
And what, they would have had to have like one, right?
First time.
Yeah, I'm numb to it. It's fine. You know, I got it. Woo, that's the thing, though. That's what this regional brings out, is like all of these different head-to-heads and tiebreakers and potential series upsets that could go the way of the underdog. And we want to again shout
I
out
did.
our sportsman D-Rex for giving us this info.
It was like,
If this
I
is
think
the domino
after their
effect of
first
every
series,
single
wrote it.
other action that would be required for a team to make it to the major night worlds.
It was really hard to
It's
do
gonna be a tough
backwards.
one for a lot of teams.
Huh.
Yeah, that's what all these teams are saying.
Damn.
I'm glad we had
Okay,
a short
Garrett.
break in between games 2 and 3. That was stressful, man.
If Shad got that demo, that could have been devastating.
I'm not even playing.
This is all just to get to the major. It's a lot on the line.
It gets
every
worse?
single time. It only means that the victory will be that much sweeter. But
Oh, he said he sounded like John Mulaney when he said that.
For just joining us, welcome in to the final match here on Mainstream for the day. It is
Double
NRG
reset?
versus
No.
Complexity. It's Justin
Not double
versus
reset, just
everybody.
reset.
And there's a pinch around. AJG pops it high. NRG's ball still around. Justin off the backboard.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you wanted the noises. The noises
That's a good
that
pass.
would have come out of my body. Oh God.
Garrett going for the same
Wanted to
thing?
see it. It's rare you get the opportunity for a setup like that. You love the adaptability of the Complexity defense to recognize the chance,
Good
get up
boost
there
steal
and take
from
it away.
Squishy.
A couple of really nice saves actually throughout that entire sequence for Complexity, so really good start to them defensively.
Faking low, nice.
Justin's maintained possession for what seems like the majority of Energy's chances this series. Looking for the demo. Shad will evade and get up. Never mind. There's a demo from Garrett.
Ooh.
Off-ball offense working for NRG. Justin, the cut down into 50. Great pass from Squishy.
Damn.
Garrett can't get there. Raiseball collapsing in on the ball to try to get it towards the sidewall, but unrelenting.
Nice.
NRG continuing to find ways to get touches.
Defense doing some excellent work, not losing track of anybody on NRG, understanding where the passing lanes are, and still able to get there and fight for possession. Justin, not sure if that was the most
Complexity's defense definitely looking better. I mean, NRG's throwing everything at their wall.
We may see a little ping pong here. It's moving so fast.
I think you need this for Complexity just to break up the monotony that happens so
Yeah.
far on the defensive end. Like this gives you a chance to at least physically breathe from what's happened.
Yeah, everyone can get down with a little ping pong, especially I think you do make an excellent point there. Getting pushed back into your own corner, having to make some stressful defensive plays. I think ping pong's definitely a good thing, and you can see
too
Garrett
low.
G trying to bring that back. He wants possession, and in fact, he's
Good
done
touch.
just that. NRG is going to be camped out here in the midfield.
It's actually not a bad cut down from Raiseball, and though he can't follow it up, it does allow AJG to get positioning towards
That
the
seemed
back wall.
weirdly
So there's
aggro,
infield
but I
connections,
don't
and
know.
he's cut down from NRG.
Clears could be a bit better though. Agreed. Yeah, they're not like they're not really getting possession. They're just kind of like stopping goals,
Shad will escape. Complexity finally get
which
back
is
to the
obviously
field.
important.
Squishy
But yeah,
ripped that one off the wall. I don't think he
better
quite put it where
clears
he
or
wanted to,
like
but either way, they do
dribbles and
still
safe
hold
opportunities.
possession.
Anything to
NRG, they
take
know,
the possession
they
away.
Don't give Complexity anything. As long as you're holding on to the ball, you're in good shape, even if you're not getting shots on target.
That could have been
I've seen
nuts.
that redirect before.
Yeah.
What was it, a week ago? Like that's scary. Good pop from Garrett. Cut down.
They've essentially seen that redirect like just recently.
We'll take our time with this one. Shot from the
What, like
sidewall.
4 games ago?
And immediately intercepted.
End of last series.
Oh, where'd they all go? Man, if you're AJG and you get a pass like that across the pitch, and unfortunately, the one time you do against NRG, no one has the boost to be in position.
Garrett
for
a
it.
little
That stings
awkward.
a little bit.
Nice.
Good challenge by AJG just to get up, hold his position. Doesn't have a lot of boost though. We'll try to get the small patch before ascending towards the corner.
Good clear. Garrett got
You
the
split
boost.
difference, one apiece for both sides. A double commit.
Shad
but it works out in
low.
the pinch, so it allows you to
A
funnel
slow
through.
recovery.
And the collapse begins at midfield. Split out, splinter
Oh,
now
that looked weird.
towards the corner. Positioning here for NRG, 50 win as well. Shad and Raiseball working together, trying to bring this ball in. They commit.
Interesting.
away
That's
a bit
the
of
second
positioning,
time
but
that
they get
Complexity
possession
have bumped
right
each
back.
other
Shad trying
on
to
a
get it
mid
over
boost.
Justin will not happen.
Man, and he just lands so smoothly off the backboard. He just turns it into an air dribble with the flip reset clear. I mean, that's that type of defensive capability. That is the real intangible that is invaluable from anybody on a Rocket League roster.
Close.
Ability from offense to defense, the smoothness to not ever get caught out in any awkward situation. I mean,
yeah.
it's so.
You can tell like
adaptable
Complexity
and
definitely got more
tough to
defensive
break
with their
down.
general
That level of
play.
control is just phenomenal.
Because
BDS
NRG
does
is
so
still
well when
throwing
you're-
everything
that's why
at
that
him,
consistency.
and it's just
9 seconds to go.
Complexity is
This
just
one still sits at
waiting,
0-0.
waiting for an
Complexity
opportunity,
fighting
waiting for
their
NRG
tournament
to
in major
slightly
life right now.
overextend.
Kept up. Still alive. Raise bull. We'll use the ceiling. AJG getting physical with Garrett on the back.
That's it.
Oh, floats in. It floats in again. Raise bull.
Okay.
And AJG sets it up.
Okay, hang on. Did AJG catch a big piece of Garrett G? He definitely went up the backboard, maybe just trying to redirect it.
Oh my god.
Did he?
Like,
I didn't. I
don't
still
know if
didn't
AJG
see
hit the
it.
ball. I'm pretty sure Razebull got the goal. I think AJG
redirected it.
I don't think he did. We'll see on the scoreline. Yeah, no touch for AJG. He just gets the assist, unfortunately. But either way, I think his whole plan there was blocking the Garrett G clear. Like, he went up that backboard
Yeah, I
and he
thought he
could
was going
see
for a
Garrett G
bump.
up in front. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, okay, up the backboard, he's
All
just going to
right.
smash Garrett G out of the way. But the way he jumped at
Teams
it,
can't get more
I think he was just
defensive,
trying to
they'll get
take
left
the clear
behind.
attempt
I'm
away
sure
and
they
try
know
to
that.
dunk it.
Yeah.
Either way, Garrett G came up dead empty on that one. Just straight missed the ball, so none of it necessary.
It's interesting because it's like, in a way, I agree, but then I look at like teams like Moist, who's like been doing really well lately, and I feel like they're super
Didn't
aggro.
we talk about Complexity's
I don't know.
ability?
I think the real truth of the matter is I just don't know enough about this game.
I'm mind blown. It's the Morbius sweep. It's happening. It's here. They're doing it.
It has arrived.
It has arrived. I'm just, dude, I'm mind blown. Like the position, like they play their best Rocket League when there's no time left on the clock. They have great positioning.
Apparently.
They're downfield, and they get that touch. I don't know what to say.
Someone should,
Which is when NRG has been
take,
playing the
like,
worst
their-
Rocket
the
League, when
coach
they have
should
no
go
time
tape
left in the
a
clock.
sticker on their monitors that just says 0:00, so they think it's always 0 seconds in the game.
Just right
we gotta
over the
score.
timer.
Just keep it up. and then they'll win everything.
That'd be amazing.
I'm absolutely mind blown. The fact we are in this position. Okay, we're in. Let's get it going. For NRG, you got 2 lives at this point, but Complexity trying to force a game 5. We go to Coliseum. I don't know how we got here, but I love that it's happening.
Now, as much as I've been,
If it goes game 5, I'm worried. I still feel good about it right now, but if it goes game 5, I'm
I
worried.
say that is because a lot of these setups. from
Good
Complexity
save,
are so
holy.
good. They put NRG
Garrett's
in so
got,
many
it's fine.
difficult positions. So you do have to say that
Good bump.
Complexity's approach on offense has been brilliant. It's just a matter of the defense
Ooh.
has been equal to the
AJG
challenge.
being weird
I like
again.
the way Complexity's
Good
led their
backboard
offense.
pass.
Can they find a few more
Close,
of those to
Garrett.
squeeze on through?
Close.
Garrett G denied at the top of the box.
Justin and Squish here about to double again.
He had 5 boosts, but he was not giving up on the play. He'll get
Yeah.
everything he needs back in transition.
I think he should have though.
Counterattack
Squishy had
might
already
start to
turned
build
for it.
NRG if they do get the ball back, but so far it's been AJG controlling a lot of the pace through the corner. Raceful making the read. Shad, slow roller.
Ooh, let's go,
Finds his
Justin.
way in. Justin diving save.
Like the idea though from Complexity, they kind of just
7
pre-jump
boost.
the pass to say, look, this is where I'm going to be. Put it on a dime, and we're scoring. Unfortunately, just off the mark, and that's how they get in front of some of the best defenses in the game. They demand that they execute.
What
these
is Garrett
incredibly
doing?
difficult chances.
I don't mean that to say he's doing anything wrong. It just looked weird. He's just like reversing on his own post.
Not a powerful clear.
I think he's just trying to stay ready.
Backboard, oh my, almost a double tap. Could have been there, but instead, we keep the pressure here. Squishy trying to make the read. It's around for AJG. He doesn't get the bump. I think Justin
NRG's
might
like
overall.
really
That
clumped
works out.
together
The
right now.
50 lands
He needs
back towards the
space.
front of the box, and Justin will escape.
A little awkward though. I'm not sure why he turned his car upside down and then flipped it towards the middle of the pitch. Either way, NRG a chance to regain here. There's going to be a lot of open space, and Justin just sizing up a challenge. This is okay. They have an all right setup. It's just, can they really hang on to the ball?
I mean, we've seen Squishy sitting on the backboard. We've seen 2 players of Complexity hanging off the side wall. That's off the bar. No follow-up.
That
from
should have
Raceful.
been a
Gotta be
goal,
careful.
honestly.
Oh, it's now a foot race towards the corner. Squishy can't get it around. Oh, and they lose
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know if Garrett misslipped or got bumped. Either way, he falls off.
Shad got the
play.
boost
Justin's
from
gonna
him.
have to take point.
Yeah, this is all just time buying from Justin. He's not intending to score. Squishy missed the boost deal. Like you said, Garrett G definitely a bit of an awkward approach. Physical attempt on the goal line, and AJG.
I like the way you worded that.
Quite the
Just
defensive
time
showing
buying
as
from
well in
Justin.
this series. And the last one, I should say.
Yeah. I mean, again, it seems like he's more comfortable right now playing up midfield. He was really the lone man out, responsible for a lot of the facilitation in the first series, but now he gets his hand on the ball. And he's allowed to be a little bit more creative. It opens up the doors for complexity. Back up to midfield. Through the corner, he will get boost, but cut down. NRG playing a 2-on-1 escape. They will get it to Squishy, who carries it, bumps Chad in the process, but nothing really comes of it.
Where did you put that ball is the question. How about right at Justin Garrett?
Could have been nuts.
Nah, landed too far behind that, or I should say in front of that play. Shad wants it himself. He will squeeze it into the corner. They recognized it a second too late. Nice goal here from Shad. Just a small opening. He's through Justin. Garrett G gets frozen in the back post from AJG, going in for the physicality, so he can't cover the distance to that near post quite in time.
I am starting to get nervous now.
Minute 35.
To be honest.
Complexity from a game 5. And NRG from
dude, right, Atticus? Like it.
Try to kill it. It's Squishy recentering.
And like I feel like when you watch this and you watch high SSL, like it doesn't always like show how different it is, but then when you watch like pros play in SSL lobbies, it's suddenly like very clear.
As we start to move laterally at Chiefs.
Questionable approach.
Now to an SSL, it might be a little more obvious. To me, I just see people that are way better than me watching either.
As hard as I can every single time, and force NRG to make some really difficult catches on the ball if they want possession, because ping pong, I think, is your best friend right now.
Beep, beep. I'm coming in.
Or that's a great time to come in.
NRG is best with their backs against the wall, and that's what I'm telling myself as we go into this last 46 seconds.
You know.
Wow, what a goal! Okay, what's going on?
All right, cool. All right, so I just want to make a clear. Rogue and Oxygen. If you guys aren't watching that, you're watching the main broadcast here. Rogue Oxygen are in game 5 now. Rogue's forcing a reverse sweep.
Of course they are.
They're down 1 goal in game 5.
Of course they are.
Loser of this is eliminated from Worlds, and if Rogue loses, they're eliminated from Major as well.
So it's another day at the Rogue office. What you're saying is everything is normal.
They have experience and they know the position they're in.
Oh, yeah, if they got that demo, that was good, but
that's it.
They had to be aggro there. That was.
Lead enters on a goal,
3-0, man.
and exits on a goal.
My timing is impeccable.
Your timing really is. Yeah.
If Garrett hit that demo, it was a goal, and if he didn't, I mean, they were down 2-0 with 20 seconds left. If the reverse sweep happens, it's because of me. Atticus, if the reverse sweep happens, I'm banning you.
So going Morbius mode means
JK.
you just
JK.
overtake the normal
I would never.
that NRG has, and you will your
but I might bitch at you a little bit.
On your side. Yeah.
Well, they've certainly done that. I mean, 3-0 in a game 4, heading into a game 5, which this was hotly contested. I mean, this was 1-0 for a long time, and NRG was definitely trying their best to work their way through that complexity side of things.
Game 5.
Great defensive showcase from AJG, and some clever goals to find their way into the net. And how about the shots? Oh my goodness, 11 for complexity, and what is that? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for NRG. Game 5. So you're shaking if you're on either side here.
Leaf, I mean, we're looking at the replays now. Mobile 1 high performance replay. Did we expect it to go 5, regardless of the prediction, right? Like we had these discussions. Did we expect this to go the distance? Like, I'm surprised. I'm genuinely surprised.
I didn't.
Didn't someone say like 4-1?
I thought it was going to be in 4. I thought NRG would close it out in Coliseum, but man.
No, I think it had to be. I think it had, like, all these games right now.
Today's the day. Yeah.
Right? Like, you look at Sonics or Crew as well. I mean, Sonics if they lose to Crew, they're in overtime in game 5 right now. If they lose, then they're done for the majors. So, like, all of these games now going to game 5s, like this, it has to be when it comes to something so important for these teams, right? That's just the way the universe needs it to be.
My heart can't take it.
I'm gonna have a heart attack, dude. Yeah, like I'm starting to feel pain.
You guys are in the wrong job, then.
That's the best part. It's like at least I'm not actually playing or on one of the teams as a staff member or something. I'd just be like,
yeah, dude, I could not handle those nerves. I would.
Even though we're not eliminated,
no,
I could be
no way.
I'd already be crying. I'd be tearing and be like, I got it.
I'd be crying game 1, dude. I would be a mess. but I think this really does give it. You know, if we're gonna have that
So much
conversation about
pressure. I mean, and honestly, like,
energy or complexity going in,
they've got
this does put
C3s
testament
like
to
me telling them what they're
complexity
doing
resolve and
wrong.
fight back against top teams. But
Nah.
NRG, it does ask the question.
True,
Are these players gonna
true.
be consistent
About their
in Chiefs? Is this
comms.
their road to victory?
Well, on the road to victory here. Game 5 brought to us by Nissan. Are the hurdles enough? I would say if any team has seen almost every conceivable hurdle, it would be NRG. So I do think they hold a little bit of experience here over a team like Complexity.
I'd say more than a
That
little
being
bit.
said, Complexity, as we saw in the previous
Thank you,
series,
JT.
can pull out
That
some
did
Game
make me.
5
That did
wizardry,
calm
so,
me a bit.
all bets are off for me.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out, as I will try to get my feed to continue itself, but
break things
it looks
again?
like that might be a shot towards the backboard. I will step away for a moment to figure out how I can fix this.
And Garrett G, just a little poker towards the midfield line. Dump to AJG. Squishy definitely going to be the first one there. Justin going to have to recover and try and figure out how Raise Bull wants to handle it.
I just need the ball to be in the blue net.
Half.
That's what I need.
Here's the real question. Is NRG able to find a way to consistently hold possession like they did early on in the series here in Game 5?
Just on the
Oh,
fake?
little win
No
from
fake.
Garrett.
Okay.
He's going to tie him up and knots AJG. Ooh,
Feels better. Feels better.
Look at that 50 from Squishy.
Oh, there was a little bit of a
That
fake
is a
actually.
great
I didn't
catch
see it at
midfield,
first.
But Squishy putting it on a dot. Justin taking care of the rest. Game 5. Already starting off. NRG fans, breathe, relax. You got time. But for Complexity, we've seen them do it before on
There's
Champions
going to be
Field.
an equalizer.
Oh,
There's going to be an
100%.
equalizer. There's no way this one goes 1-0. I don't believe it.
Reset. Catching it. We'll play through the corner. Shad trying to sit her back out towards the front of the goal line. To
Good.
midfield.
Raise Bull
NRG
committed.
up
Just gotta.
to Justin.
It's fine.
And we go to the corner now.
Garrett's got free ball
Lot of
over to
space in the
Squishy.
midfield.
Crazy redirect
This
pass.
is the way to go.
So close.
This is kind of reminiscent.
Ball in
of
blue net. Simple as that. That's all we
how
need.
Complexity looked in that Game 4 against Shopify. They're just giving up a lot of space in the midfield, and I don't know if that's the way to go here. Is thankfully they seem to figure it out and just press there in the midfield line.
Oof.
Squishy has not had boost
Justin
to
alone.
do anything, and Raiseball has had all the free real estate to get towards a pass to AJG, save from Garrett, pretty easily read. But you are looking at a numbers advantage at midfield. Complexity applying what they can. The demo opens up a chance. Raiseball over Justin to Garrett to AJG, and we go back towards the midfield line.
A beep. Rogue.
What's up, man?
Is in the deep depths of not alive anymore. Because
Oh, no.
They have lost the oxygen.
Ooh,
And,
the way he
their
jumped, I
worlds
thought he wasn't going to
and
be able to reach
major
it
are
anymore.
done.
Oh, man.
That's
Rogue's
not
wow.
that dangerous.
Unlucky. Shaq
Maybe I'm
forced to
wrong.
score on some
Ooh.
absolutely bonkers goals right there.
I feel like we're close to that one. That one
There
goal
it
that
is.
could be it. There it is. Yep.
What a bump.
Right. AJG ties it up.
Good bump, good bump.
Raise ball. Great challenge. Forces Squishy off the ball. And Justin, that's the contingency jump. You're wondering why he's up in the air right there. Because if Squishy gets beat, then no one's going to be ready for him to just drill that ball over Garrett G's head. So Justin kind of preemptively jumping. Garrett G, the one trying to stay grounded. Squishy might get it back on the kickoff.
Close.
Raise ball just in the nick of time. 2 minutes left. We knew there would be an equalizer.
Garrett beats.
This was always
Shad
gonna be
awkward.
a one and done to win it with 2 minutes left. It couldn't be any other way.
Yeah, it was the inevitable
Now
goal.
for energy
You're
and
right.
Complexity, but you will move the dial to like DEFCON 4. Like you're going to start taking note that there are defensive mistakes that have led to open chances. Granted, Complexity had to work a little bit more for their shot, and they work a little bit more downfield for the second goal.
They worked Justin into this time. I don't
Thanks,
think
Bob.
He even thought AJG was going to beat him to that ball. Or perhaps there was some small breakdown in Justin thinking he had somebody behind him. Either way, crushed on the timing of that challenge.
Made
Nowhere
with this
near
right
where he
here.
needed to be at the time he needed to be.
We got a minute and a
NRG
half. We got a minute and a
gonna have
half.
to work hard to
We're
find
not
something. tie it
We're
up.
not
Garrett's around.
too scared yet.
Justin getting very aggressive with Squishy.
Ooh,
Recovers nicely.
shot opportunity.
Center. Justin there.
No, what?
It's still alive for
That
NRG.
looked like it had to be top
Around
down.
midfield, you got Garrett working in tandem, and it's
Bump,
popped up towards
nice.
the backboard. There's a bump.
Raise ball awkward.
Raise ball has to play it high. You don't have a lot of presence here on the
No one
defensive
there.
end. If
Damn.
you are complexity, all you can do is try to poke it out to midfield. They do
Beat
it
out
there, but
one.
Garrett following in. Squishy right towards the center, but no one around for NRG right now to get a shot.
Possibly
They
good
got
for.
the boost steals
I
right now
thought
going
Garrett
if
might be
you're an
coming back.
RG fan, though. They're taking away all those corner boosts.
Yeah.
Finally, they had to give one up just in the interest of maybe passing one out into the midfield. Minute
Double.
left, and still just thinking
Oh.
about how Justin barely poked that off the bar. Garrett G with a little fake,
Bang.
hoping to get on the outside of the clear. Razebull and Shad going to figure out who needs to come up with a touch.
Yeah.
And time's ticking.
Shad had to follow, and AJG gets the call to run point now. It's good plays from Complexity up the side wall to try to fight for possession, but Justin is not letting anything through.
Straight
for free.
down. Nice.
A waterfall that gets taken away by
Ooh.
Squishy. The redirect from Justin. This just buys time for NRG to get back up to midfield with boost. Garrett wins the 50. The pass
Bang.
down, but AGG cuts it
Is it
down.
in?
Big bump.
Nope.
Squishy, he's going to get there in time. He's going to save it. NRG stay alive.
Ooh, and that might be a big clear as well. Are they stretching? Garrett G knew he was beat, was just forcing AJG's hand. Justin, did you get beat one more time? Just able to poke it to safety. 10 seconds. AJG to the back post. Justin in time again. You need it clear.
They got to score now. Their major comes down to this. They can't afford to lose, but Complexity, 3 seconds to go.
Justin,
The
you're
ball has to
nuts.
be kept up. Razebull's going to kill it. And NRG.
What a terrible day. What a terrible, terrible, terrible day.
Wow. Off a stunner of a goal, too, from Complexity.
Hurts.
Just scratching your head at how that one
All
works
right,
its way
well.
through. Either way, everyone
I guess I'm
who
just
says
rooting
NRG
NA
is
at the
headed
major.
to London. You're insane if you don't think so. Proven wrong here. An excellent opening goal.
That's crazy.
But what a shot here from AJG. All the
For
way to
how
the back
long
post.
NRG's
Such a
been
good bit of
dominant just to
pressure
have,
on AJG.
even though like
Gentle touch
really
out to
like
Shad. Just beat the next man, giving NRG
really
obviously
it's
a little
not
taste
as
of their own
bad as a
medicine.
lot
That's
of
just-
people are saying,
that's
but
what
this
they
split
do a
has
lot
been
of the
pretty
time.
bad.
Complexity
What a time to
pulled one
join the
over their eyes
stream.
right there, and NRG gonna
Yep, that was NRG's loser's
sideways, I
life.
think, for once. It's been a
I
while.
mean, I suppose it's as much as people that were there.
Here, let me check
and
the
witnessed
bracket to
greatest
see what
moment
else
of
went
all
on while we were
esports here.
watching.
You kind of say,
No,
maybe
Leaf
this
said
is a good
Rogue's
sign.
out.
The times are changing. The esports
Envy
continues
3-0'd
to grow. It's
randoms.
not stale.
Not
As much as you
surprising.
like to see NRG
A crew
there,
3-2'd
that just shows how
Sonics.
tight this competition is getting. now.
Kind of surprising.
Yeah, I mean, that's the nature of all esports, man. Like, the
Uh,
Rocket League is still very young, and it's come up, and this is what happens. You get
Yeah,
those
and then
electric,
Oxygen
unstoppable
3-2'd
moments, but
Rogue.
You have to remember that the span of Rocket League has grown mechanically and style-wise. We have
All
jumped
right.
from the past
That is
4
it for the
years. It
matches
has been
today.
A ridiculous growth of skill for these
Atticus.
players. So seeing the competition is so fierce, even in lower bracket round 2 or 3.
Atticus,
that's a
Atticus,
good thing,
Atticus.
and it just means the major's going to
Wait,
be that
here
much
you
more
go.
exciting.
And with that elimination, as you mentioned, Complexity stays on their journey to top 2 here, but
This is how I feel. This is how I feel about your predictions, Atticus.
So basically, what I was thinking of was, oh fuck, I can't believe you've done this.
Can't believe you've done this, Atticus. Oh, it's okay. We regain for Worlds. It'll be alright. But with that, the puppy's been getting a little whiny, so I think I'm gonna take him out, give him some exercise. Thank y'all for hanging out. Sorry I'm ending like right as you got here, Bob. I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye for now.